Even the most corrupt officers can't escape justice when higher authorities step in. First, let's take a look at a case where an officer thought he could continue his unethical behavior unchecked, but was forced to face the consequences.
You can speak to him.
Okay.
Yeah, but you'll be in handcuffs and it'll be at the jail.
Careful when you get into whatever you're doing, not being detained.
In January 2017, First Amendment auditor Philip Turner was walking down the street when he observed several police officers making an arrest. He soon got his camera out and started to record the incident. However, just a minute into it, one of the officers came over to him.
That?
Can you go stand back over where you were for me, sir?
There's something wrong with being here?
Yes, sir, there is. I don't want you to be in direct line with that vehicle. I'd like for you to go back to where you were standing. You can continue filming all you'd like, but I don't want you right here.
Am I interfering?
Well, technically, now you're starting to pose into somebody else's private property with your videoing. Yes, sir.
The deputy had no clue about the laws and kept instructing the auditor to stop recording and go away. However, he had no idea that he was up against someone who had way more knowledge about the law than he did.
Hey, did they give you permission to film inside their truck?
I don't need permission in public.
In public? In somebody's vehicle?
I don't need permission in public.
No, not to film us, you're correct. But to film inside somebody's vehicle, that's an extension of their house, and that is a private place. So you do need somebody's permission to film inside their vehicle.
But is that a crime?
If they decide it is, yes.
Who's they?
The two we got in the back of our cars. If they don't want you filming or you didn't get permission from them, you can't be filming inside their cars.
Well, you guys got the door open.
Look, all I'm asking you to do is go stand back over where you were.
Even if I was back there, I can still see inside the car.
Okay, so go stand back over there. It's simple as that. But right now that I'm having to come over here and ask you to move again, now you're interfering with our investigation because instead of me being able to focus over here, I got to focus on you. So if you could just go stand over there, I can call a supervisor if you'd like to speak to a supervisor.
Yeah, you can go ahead and call a supervisor.
You can make any complaints you'd like, but all I'm asking you to do is go stand back over there where you were.
Just go ahead and call a supervisor.
Okay, do me a favor and go stand back over there for me, all right, bud?
I don't see what's wrong being here.
I'm asking you to go stand back where you were.
Turner refused to be intimidated by the deputy and didn't leave the place. Eventually, the tyrant deputy had to step back.
There was not an issue where you were standing. Now there's an issue where you're at.
Because I'm filming inside the truck, right?
Yes, sir. You can film us all you want. We don't care. We want you to do it from a safe distance. So if you could go back to where you were, that'd be greatly appreciated.
All right. If the issue is with me filming here inside the truck, I won't film inside the truck.
If you could go stand back where you were, please. Go and contact your sergeant. There's not an issue with you filming us. There's an issue with you getting any closer to the scene.
I'm not getting any closer than here.
Okay. Do not move from here. All right? Any closer from here, we're going to have any more issues, okay?
I already told you I'm not moving from here, and that's it.
Thank you. I encourage you to do it. Thank you.
However, the altercation was far from over, as just a few minutes later, the deputy returned threatening the auditor that a supervisor was on his way.
The sergeant's here. He said he'd be over here talking to you in just a little bit, okay?
What's that?
Our sergeant, he said he's going to be over here talking to you in just a little bit. He's here. He's actually...
All right. You got a business card or anything?
A business card?
Yeah.
Not on me. I can get you one out of my car in a little bit.
All right, cool.
You need my name, badge number? What do you need?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. That's what I was gonna need, but I can't hear over the highway noise.
Okay, so you need all of our badge numbers, or
just yours? And I guess if the supervisor needs to speak with me, I'll talk to him.
Oh, he doesn't need to speak to you. I thought you wanted to speak to him.
Yeah, I'll talk to him.
I mean, if you don't need to speak to him, then I'll tell him not to waste his time.
No, he's already here, so I'm not gonna waste his time. He already over here, so I'll talk to him briefly.
Okay. And like I said, he'll be more than happy to give you anybody's name or badge number that's here.
Okay.
And if you need business cards or anything like that, you give us a little bit, we'll be able to get some business cards too if you'd like.
No, just yours, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can get you one.
Okay.
All right, hang tight for me.
Surprisingly, the deputy had a change of mind, and instead of asking him to stop recording, he started to demand his ID. Turner was well aware of his constitutional rights and didn't give in.
Do you have your information? Your driver's license?
What's that?
Do you have your driver's license or name, date, birth?
For what?
Well, because now you're a witness to this crime that we're doing.
What crime is that?
The crime that we got these people in the back of these cars for.
I don't know what crime they committed.
You don't have to know.
Oh, well, okay, well, how do I know what they did, though? I don't know what they did.
Okay, they broke the law. They're in possession of narcotics. That's why they're in the back of our cars.
Okay, now you're telling me that. Okay.
Yeah. So, do you have your name and date of birth?
No.
Or driver's license?
No.
So you're going to refuse to be listed as a witness since you sat here and videotaped the entire scene?
If you need a copy of the video, I can give you a copy of the video.
Well, yeah, but we're also going to need to identify you in our report that you were here videoing, so when we come to get a copy of that video, we can get that.
All right, let me talk to your supervisor.
If you think this cop was being a tyrant, wait till you see what this next cop had to say, as he immediately threatened him with an illegal arrest.
He said that he won't want to give us his name and date of birth until he talks to our supervisor. So.
And you're probably going to end up going to jail because right now you're witnessing a crime.
Well, I asked to talk to a supervisor. He's here, so why can't I speak with him?
Because you're refusing to give your information, you'll be going to jail for failure to identify as you're a witness to a crime.
So I need to give you my ID to speak to your supervisor? Is that what you're telling me?
No.
Okay, I need to speak to your supervisor.
Why do you need to speak to the supervisor?
Because I requested to
what
speak
warrants
to him.
that?
Because I requested to speak to him, and he's here.
Okay. So what's your point?
He's here. I need to speak with him.
You've got no part of the scene, right? But you want to speak to our
You
supervisor.
can speak to him.
Okay.
Yeah, but you'll be in handcuffs and you'll be at the jail. Is that what you want to do?
I need to speak to your supervisor.
Is that what you want
I
to do?
need to speak to your supervisor.
However, the deputies had no legal reason to arrest him and were trying to make up some charges on their own.
What aren't you understanding? You put yourself in this situation right here. You see that? You're on private
what?
property
Private
right now.
or public?
You're on private property right now.
Okay, what does that have to do with anything?
Do you have permission to be here?
Did the owner trespass me?
Well, this guy...
He doesn't want you here.
This guy actually did come over and tell us he wanted you to leave.
That guy right there?
Yeah. So,
What's his name?
what's your point?
What's the guy's name that don't want me here?
So do you want to identify yourself so we can list you as a witness to this crime, or...?
I'm just asking a simple question. The guy that you just talked to, he doesn't want me here.
Yes.
So is he
Would you like for
trespassing?
me to go ask him to tell you to leave himself?
Do you already have that notice?
Yes, he told us when he came over here and gave me his business
Then why do you
card.
have to go ask him then?
If you would like for him to tell you himself.
He can tell me whatever he needs to do.
if
he needs to tell me to leave, I'll leave. Simple as that. He needs to give me a warning before he can trespass me.
Turner, however, refused to give in even after these threats, as he was aware that he was following the law. After some minutes of waiting, a supervisor arrived on the scene, and Turner began explaining everything to him.
Can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you mind if I go on your property and talk to him, or?
No, he's on his property,
hang
so
out
he
here?
can hang out if
Oh,
he
no,
wants.
I
Just
was-
like you can hang out, he can hang out.
No, I was asking if we can go over there because of the road noise. I'm not able to hear you.
Oh, well, we're leaving here in a minute anyway.
Okay.
So what's up?
All right. So before I leave here, I just need to get his badge number and his or his business card, whatever the case may be.
It's Deputy Camercelli. 315 is my badge number.
Okay. All right. So my only problem is I was just here. But this is what I do. I film what public officials do on public property. I'm a journalist. I gather content for stories.
That's cool.
But this officer here was telling me that I had to move back over there. I couldn't stand over there. And I was asking him why. He told me that I wasn't allowed to film inside the vehicle here. But
I mean, that's their privacy too. We got to get their consent to go in, so what makes it any different for you?
well, that's to go in.
Yeah.
But I'm not going in. I'm just observing. That's kind of like equivalent to this is his property, but I can't film it because it's
Okay.
on his property.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense, and it's not against the law.
Okay.
So he needs to get educated on that because
Okay.
that's clearly not the case. Okay. Now, am I currently being detained here, or am I free to go?
One relief was that the supervisor had no problem with Turner recording the scene, agreeing that he had every right to film the cops. However, just like his subordinates, the supervisor began to demand ID from the auditor, which Turner felt was completely baseless.
I just spoke to the sergeant, so I need to get your name and date of birth so
I can give you a copy of the vehicle. I can give you a copy of the video.
I don't need a copy of the
I
vehicle.
give you a business
I need
card.
your identifying information so I can list
You
you in
just
the
need your
report
ID and
as a
info.
witness.
Yeah. You're
I-
a witness.
I don't-
Right now, you're failing to ID as a witness to a crime.
What crime?
Hey,
That's
what's your first name, man? I know what.
Sir?
What's your first name, sir?
I'll give you my first name. It's Philip.
Philip.
Yes, I'll give you that.
Best case scenario, Escalation, that female and that male says that we did something against the law. And eight cops against one person, right? So you know who I would want? I would want the guy who's not even involved in this to be my witness. That's how it works.
Like I said, this is what I
No,
do.
that's how it works. No, that's what we're trying to explain to you.
So they need me as a
Because
witness.
you're part of any type of information that anybody comes. We're gonna have to ID him because he's in our cameras now.
Yep.
Once again, Turner confidently stood his ground as he knew that the cops had no legal grounds to demand his ID. Just then, the previous deputy, who had been a tyrant throughout, asked a hilarious question that even shocked the auditor.
And they see you standing here, and they're gonna be like, "Well, who's this guy? Did he have anything to do with the scene? Well, why didn't you identify him?" So that's what I'm trying to get at.
Where'd you come from?
That's not relevant.
It's not relevant?
No, it's not.
So you just
How do we know you didn't get out of this vehicle? Go behind and you're with them and you walked over.
Did you
Where's your
just
vehicle?
really ask me that?
I don't Did I seriously just ask you that?
Is that a serious question?
Yeah, it actually is a serious question. Why would you randomly walk up to this and then fail to identify
I
yourself?
already told your supervisor what I do. I'm a
It's all right.
journalist.
I really don't care what you do. It doesn't matter.
So, you have a question?
No, I'm just waiting on this business card and I'm out of here. That's it.
I gave you my name and badge number.
I asked for a business card. You said
I told you I don't have one.
You don't have it. We all don't have any, man.
Okay, what's your name and badge number?
My name is Carabajal and my badge number is 315.
Okay, thank you. Like I said, I already told you, I'm a journalist. I gather content for stories.
The deputy kept intimidating the auditor without any reason. Turner, however, kept ignoring him and was only focused on the supervisor.
Are you gonna give me your name and date of birth or not?
I'm talking to your sergeant right now.
He's not talking to you. He's on the phone.
I'm not talking to you either. I'm talking to your sergeant.
It doesn't matter. Guess what? We both have the same job.
He's a
We'll
higher
identify
rank than
one
you.
way or another.
He's a higher rank than you. That's why I speak. This is who I have to speak with. He's here, so that's
great.
who I'm speaking with.
That's great.
Okay.
But I made contact with you before he did.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I'm not sure you're really versed in the law good enough in the fact that you're failing to ID.
On request
You
by
will
any
ID
police
or you
officer.
will not leave here.
I'm talking to you.
unless you're
I'm talking
back
to your
in the car.
supervisor right now.
What'd you say your first name was again?
What?
What'd you say your first name was again? You told him, I just forgot it. Because I would like to address you by first name.
You can address me by sir,
Okay.
Mr.
That's when the sergeant pulled him aside and tried to calm him down. It was at this point that he even expressed concerns about the actions of his deputies.
How are you, man? You're not doing anything wrong. And but here's the deal. They got a point there. I mean, your worst case scenario is that your camera would be part of evidence, but we're not going to go there because I have a camera. I have plenty of cameras going, so I don't need your camera. Now, if something were to happen to where, man, we get into a shooting or something or a fight and somebody gets hurt, then you know what? I'm taking your camera because that's so. So you got to be careful with that in the future. Okay, when you're doing this, because
on that one, I'll tell you,
No.
there was a shooting on 6th Street that happened not too long ago, and I helped aided them catching the shooter.
And I have no problem with that. No. But that's what's called
I
evidence
understand.
from the beginning to the end because these guys are up to no good.
Technically, I didn't come up here at the very beginning. I came here when they were sat on the curb right there, and they were being handcuffed. I didn't see anything come out the car. All I know is I saw a drug go around the car. A dog go around the car, and that was it. The next thing I know, I see them put things in brown bags, and that's it. I don't know what happened until that officer came over and told me they're being arrested for narcotics. I was like, oh, okay. But I mean, you can't, as a witness, you can't feed me that type of information. So then I wouldn't be a credible witness.
Despite the sergeant initially demanding his ID, he soon figured out that he had committed no crimes and was not legally obliged to produce one. Therefore, he proceeded to let him go and continue with his business.
Just telling you, the worst case scenario, if something were major, yeah, we would need as much as we could.
Okay.
I mean, so just be careful with when you get into whatever you're doing. I know this is not the first time; it's gonna be the last time.
I deal with this type of interaction all the time. This is not the type of interaction I would like to.
You're not being detained. You're the only reason these guys.
I know that they want to get my information, but I'm telling you I didn't see anything. And I'm not going to lie and say I saw something that I didn't see. That's just point blank and period. I told you what I saw. I saw them put a case in a brown bag and some clothes in a brown bag. That's it. I didn't see any narcotics.
So you said, Seth, Philip?
First name is Philip.
Man, it's been one of those days, man. So yeah, what's a good contact info for you?
I got a business card in the car, and I can give you that.
And you can just walk across and I'll put up this side of the road.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
All right, man. Be careful.
Turner soon left the place, but he was not done yet as he went over to file a complaint against these deputies at the Comal County Sheriff's Office. He has not shared any updates regarding the complaints, but there is a high chance that the tyrants were not even disciplined. Well, if you think these cops had a tussle, you'll be shocked to find out what happened between these next officers.
So I got a call to go to. I can't go to the car because y'all want to play stupid ass childish game. It ain't because of me, man. I got nothing to do with that.
On July 16, 2022, several Columbus police officers reached the Muskogee County Jail with their inmates to book them in. However, they were surprised to learn that the sheriff's office had implemented a new policy. Sheriff's deputies' inmates were to be booked first, followed by state troopers, and finally, police officers.
They won't let us in.
They won't let y'all in. They won't let me in. God, ain't that right? Ain't that right?
Nah, you go in there before us, I'm gonna raise hell.
Watch this. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna file a complaint, a legitimate
That
complaint.
might look good. A million bun. Go at home. Boom. Out of there.
Central, SB1, please.
Lieutenant Nesser about to get a complaint. 100%. That is the most unprofessional thing I've ever seen in my life.
Hey.
What do you think? How my legs so bad? I don't know.
Things got even worse when a sheriff's deputy arrived and directly went inside the jail. This led to an uproar among the cops who had been waiting.
Oh, don't yell it. Don't start yelling. Hey, come on.
All right, I'm gonna file a complaint.
That's fine. That's fine. Good, how are you? Y'all have directives, I have directives. Sheriff says ain't nobody coming in, only 5 at a time. SO and GSP has priority.
So SO has priority,
And
even
GSP
though.
and then you guys. I mean, this is beyond my control. I don't have anything, so don't yell at me. All right. As soon as that last one gets cleared, I'm gonna bring in 5.
Hey, yeah, unless another SO unit shows up.
This is not my decision.
Because I'm about to have a stroke.
As one thing led to another, the police officers felt poorly treated by the sheriff's office as they claimed that both institutions didn't work so well together.
This is a failure of justice.
And the jail does not like us, so we have 5 people sitting here outside waiting. It's wonderful. The sheriff is very pissed with us, okay? And he runs the jail, so.
However, things were about to go from bad to worse when a police officer parked his vehicle right behind a deputy's car to not let him go out. As soon as the deputy found out about this, he began shouting in anger.
Them goddamn supervisors can.
I understand. I get that.
So I can get the out the way. All right, so I got a call to go to. I can't go to the car because y'all want to play stupid ass childish game. It ain't because of me, man. I got nothing to do with that. Sarge, I got nothing to do with that in there. It ain't my goddamn call. It's between the sheriff and the guy that works over there. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Move the goddamn car, or I'm gonna move myself.
Go move it. How you gonna move it? Move it.
Move the goddamn car, man.
Move the car.
Why? Huh?
In that park.
Y'all acting like a bunch of goddamn kids, man.
I'm gonna go get my stuff because this is getting stupid.
Things were starting to heat up as the deputy kept voicing his anger. In his defense, it wasn't his fault as he was just following orders. Maybe the cops were taking out their anger on the wrong person.
I'm not gonna be de-armed outside of the jail.
You need to get up here. Somebody get this goddamn car so I can get out. They want to play games, but y'all ain't letting them in, so they don't want to let me out. I hope I don't see you get your ass whooped on the street, because I'm going to drive the by, and you can tell your goddamn supervisor and everybody else I said that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Do it. I'll see you over the car, because I got a goddamn car to go to. You don't want to move the goddamn car. Huh? Yeah, don't stop for me. Don't stop for me.
Seeing the situation escalate, the poor deputy had no choice but to call his supervisor to come over and assist with this odd situation.
I don't know, but I'm probably gonna quit. This is so stupid.
Back it up so we don't have to bring his ass.
Listen, man, I'm only doing what my supervisor told me. I understand. This is ridiculous, and I hate that I'm dealing with this shit. But you're gonna have to talk to the sergeant over there.
No, I'll be talking to the chief. Hey, chief, I'm sorry. We got a situation over here. We got CPD won't let our guys out, and they're about to go to blows. I'm asking your CPD officer to back up his car, and he's saying that his supervisor told him not to let it.
And again, no one on our side is threatening.
We're having a tit for tat over here. Hold on. Roll down your window. Here you go. Talk to your chief, please.
The deputy started to pressure the officer who had blocked their car. It wasn't his decision. He was just following orders from his senior and wasn't very pleased with it himself.
We gotta stop playing these games. This is retarded.
Yes.
I know most of us are kind of at a standstill. Do I have anybody on Forest Road reference to 7511?
Hey, Sergeant, we got it.
We're all standing on the wall of the jail.
What car is it? Hey, move your car, bro.
Fantastic.
All right, I'm gonna get who your sergeant is. Hey, he's with the chief. Okay. Sorry, he's with the chief. He's with the chief. Sorry.
What's your name? Got there and started rolling up and they shut it right before I got there.
Give him a second. Give him a second. I hear you.
What is it, Sally for? Yes, sir.
Hey, go ahead and back it up. Back it up. All right.
Hey, Fairbanks, no. You stay right there, man.
Hey, sorry. Now your sergeant over here telling him not to move.
That's when he decided to pull his car out of there. But as soon as he was about to do that, the sergeant showed up and refused to give in, further escalating the situation.
His locker. Chief said he's not moving. We gotta get somebody over here. We gotta put this. This ain't respectful. Hey, damn, I got locked in. What I gotta do with this shit? Like, get somebody out. I don't want to fight. Everybody in.
I try to get through, and they immediately halfway open it and shut it on me. And I hear through there's a deputy saying this to me on the radio. That female officer's trying to get into the door. Do not let her in that door. Do not let any officer through that door.
From PD.
From the jailer. The jailers are saying that through their radio. So they won't even let us through the door. There's one person inside there, and now they booked the sheriff guys out. Now
The Columbus police officers were losing their patience as it had been hours since they had been stranded with their inmates. At this time of night, they had nowhere to go.
He's like screaming at us to move our vehicles. They won't even let any of our guys in. They won't book any of our guys. They won't even let us in to use the bathroom, nothing. Nothing.
This is I think this is where.
This is it.
This is as bad as it can get.
Like, we can't principle someone's crime, man.
This is as bad as it's
pretty bad, dude. Because
this is really
that deputy was saying, I'm about to arrest you for obstruction.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
Because this guy's got a call. But then my sergeant's telling me not to move.
Right. I have this.
And then when I started backing up, he told me to stop and get him.
What about arrested all of them for not doing their job?
Alright. Okay.
This is
crazy.
Embarrassing.
Next, we'll see what happens when a know-it-all, Commissioner's misconduct, is called out by her fellow officers.
I'll be out 9W by my Tammy with a Toyota Corolla 4 times. Looks like it's a Nevada tag, Charlie Papa 8034.
by Montana.
Just check it out for me. It looks like the plate's expired. It's not every day we look at a Nevada readback, but from what I'm seeing, it looks expired.
Alright, that was Nevada Reg, Charlie Papa 8034.
Yes.
Noticing that the car's plate looked odd, the officer placed a call to the command center requesting a background check before approaching the vehicle. The officer then approached the Toyota Camry and calmly informed the occupants that their tinted windows were not compliant with state regulations and that there appeared to be an issue with their license plate.
Part of it, and I can't read the bottom of the... exactly. Yeah. So you just have your license on, your registration insurance? Check that out.
36.
It's registered to your boyfriend?
No, this is my boyfriend.
Okay.
This is my car. Registered
Stay
to
away.
my parents, but I'm not sure where.
It's registered to your parents? Okay, do you live in Nevada?
Yeah, the car is registered to my mom.
And where do you live? You live in Tenafly.
We're just coming to visit our friend who's in from London.
Ah, I see. Who's not in the car? You're not from London.
I live in London. My family lives in Tenafly. I'm here for the weekend.
Okay.
When asked for the driver's license and registration, an occupant started to stumble through her explanations. Initially, she claimed the vehicle belonged to her boyfriend, but then abruptly stated that it actually belonged to her parents.
But I'm not sure which is which. I'm happy to spend time trying to figure it out.
Yeah, just the insurance part and the registration part. And where do you live, miss?
I live in New Haven. Where do I live?
Yeah. There's another friend? Just taking a wild guess. Where you guys headed to today?
We just planted this place to look at and take on a walk.
Just to hang out a little bit?
Yeah.
Even though the officer had grown suspicious, he maintained his calm exterior and began to question each passenger about their place of residence, expertly gauging their responses for any signs of deception.
Looks like it's from the Toyota dealership, that bracket.
Yeah.
It's probably been on it as long as you've had the car. I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
I'm not sure where my documents are. I have car insurance through Allstate. That's an old registration. I don't know where my one is.
But you did register it?
Yeah, my mom did. It's through my mom.
No longer in the same relaxed demeanor as before, the officer circled the vehicle. As he completed his round, the occupants produced an old registration.
Can you pull it up on your phone? Like just your insurance? I know obviously the registration you can't.
Maybe. Do you want me to call my mom? I'm not the person that is under Allstate.
If she wants to try and send it to you.
The officer, however, was no longer buying any of it, so in a last-ditch effort, the girl requested to call her mom.
That's from the city of Chicago. Right.
What is it, like a permit or something, or you had it registered in Chicago? And we're just coming from your house in Tenafly? Okay. Is everybody staying with you here? Okay. Is everything all right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the lookout, so I'm trying to.
I'll be back with you in a second. I'm going to make sure, I'm going to run the license plate, make sure it is registered since you don't have the documents. Okay?
Alright, that reg is coming back. It expired, looks like 9/2016 to a Bullvet, Adele Bond at Las Vegas, Nevada.
Sierra 15971216, a John Rula out of Somerville, Massachusetts.
Completely suspicious at this point, the officer returned to his patrol car to run the registration through the system.
Step out here for a second, let me talk to you in the back. Just right back there. So, you come over here. This is the situation. This car has been unregistered for 2 years, and you're driving it.
After wrapping his head around the situation, the officer approached the car once more and with a firm but calm voice, he instructed the driver to step out of the vehicle, which he did without hesitating.
driving it. Are you kidding me? I'm not kidding. September 2nd, 2016. So it's not like yesterday. Yeah. Quite some time. So what is this? All right. And that's what I was stopping you. One other reason why I was stopping you. See that Henderson? The license plate needs to be fully readable. Okay. You can't have anything blocking it. You can see how kind of it's hard to read the word Nevada unless you're really on top of it or you're familiar with what Nevada plates look like. Yeah. The whole bottom is obstructed too. I'm sure it says something. I didn't even look underneath there. Yeah. So it's a very minor reason. If it was just that, I probably would have just given you a warning, 99.9% chance of it. Yeah. All right, but unfortunately, we can't have an unregistered car that's operating on the street. Okay. So what is it? Just walk me through this. I will walk you through. That's why I'm out here. All right. So the car has to be impounded to the police impound until a valid registration can be made. Okay. And also, in this case, since she can't exhibit the valid insurance card, I don't even know if this car is insured. I'm begging to say it isn't because insurance companies check to make sure cars are registered. Okay. So when it lapses by about a month or so, sometimes it doesn't get caught. Okay. But for about 2 years, I'd be hard-pressed to believe an insurance company is insuring a car that was unregistered for 2 years. Okay. I think we're in the process of trying to verify. Yeah, so you would just need to basically to get this car back, you would need to bring down the current insurance card and the current registration card for getting it re-registered. Ticket to somebody that's in a passenger, even though it's her mom's registered vehicle. What kind of ticket are we talking? Unregistered vehicle. Okay. The unclear plate equipment violations, essentially. Fair to exhibit the insurance card. Okay. None of them have points or anything associated with them. I would transfer to your Massachusetts license. Okay. And you've already alerted the impound policy? Yeah. Well, I'm just kind of giving you a heads up.
It came to light that the vehicle had not been registered for 2 years. Additionally, the officer informed the man of other issues with the vehicle, explaining that they couldn't allow them to drive it until it was properly registered.
I want to give you guys a second to kind of figure out what you want to do. There's obviously 4 of you in the car, so you have a couple options. Okay. You can have somebody come pick you up since one of the passengers lives in Tenafly. I don't know if she might have contacts with a car that might be able to just swing up here. It takes them 2 minutes to pick you guys up. Or you can call, I've seen somebody call like Ubers, although we're kind of in like a semi-remote rural area here, giving them an exact address. Yeah, that might be the best bet. Call somebody and then kind of just end up from here. And you'd want to probably call them. Let's go back to the car in a second. And make that happen. As a last resort, I could afford you a courtesy transport to the police department, but that doesn't really solve. I don't think that's. You guys know no house call. What's that? No house call. No house calls. I could give you a transport to the police department, but I can't take you guys back to your house.
Surprisingly, the relaxed guy understood the seriousness. Impressed, the officer suggested ways for the group to reach their destination and generously offered transportation assistance.
Okay. Just give me some background. I mean, I was kind of the tension was a little tight in the car, which is kind of why I want to chat with you a little bit out here. The backseat passenger seemed a little bit bent out of shape, but this whole thing was occurring. Yeah. I don't know if there's more to the story or not, but
okay. So backseat passenger, born and raised in Tenafly. Right. We're living in New York. We're in Goldman in London now. She's home for like 3 days. Right. My girlfriend and Rose, the other backseat passenger, were college roommates. Right. And so she's here for like 3 days, and so I came down from Boston to see my girlfriend, and we drove down.
Where does she live?
New Haven. So we had to figure out a way to get back to New Haven.
So she's just, what does she do exactly?
She's the guy just put right now.
So she's just been cruising around this car in New Haven, or doesn't really drive it that often?
She doesn't really drive it that often.
That's probably why this whole thing happened. I'm guessing she takes public transportation.
Yeah, well, she doesn't really drive. I mean, you know, you can walk both places in New Haven. It's like a really small town. Right. And also, there's got to have been some confusion, like according to her, like her mom is supposedly taking care of this, because it's registered to her mom, and her mom is like, while she was in grad school, kind of letting her borrow the car because she doesn't have income. Right. So I think.
Still curious and worried about their safety, the officer questions the driver, hoping to get more context on what was really happening and where they were headed.
On the back of this one. Okay, perfect.
how long until you get here? Because we need to take everything out of the car and put it in the Okay, thank you, Mom.
How long is that going to be?
She's 5 minutes away. She's 5 minutes away.
Like coming up the hill, or
Sorry?
like coming up the hill?
Yeah, just right next to the building.
Okay. Well, start gathering things. I can't really. I'm not the boss of this guy, so he's here to do it.
Can you just explain to me, sorry, to get a second hand, what those...
The car's been unregistered for almost 2 years. Well, since September of 2016.
When the impound finally arrived, the officer motioned for the passengers to step out of the vehicle. In that instance, one of them hurriedly dialed her mother, and this was when the trouble started.
Can you take this mod check remotely? I've done it before in Illinois, so I'm not sure what...
I can only tell you New Jersey. I have no idea about... if I told you something, it might be completely incorrect. New Jersey, I can tell you 100% what the process. I have no idea what's about. You have to call their DMV. Unfortunately, not till Monday. It's a holiday weekend, so. All right. So you guys are all set. Tow truck driver's gonna take it.
What do we need? How do we get the car back?
Valid registration, valid insurance card.
But how do they know that this is her car? Like, don't you need to give us a receipt or something? Like, how are they going to know that this one
This is the receipt. This goes on file.
Hi, I'm Karen Turner. Hi,
it's my girl.
I'm a resident. There you go.
Just as the cops finished documenting the vehicle, a black sedan pulled up. Out stepped a woman who stormed into the group's midst, abruptly interrupting the ongoing discussion.
Fine, I don't need that.
Okay, fine. I'm Karen Turner.
You're just here as the rider, right?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm here as a concerned citizen and friend of the mayor, and been in Tenafly for 20 years. I take full responsibility for them. And what is the reason they were pulled over?
The driver has all the information. He'll tell you.
The lady introduced herself as Karen Turner and handed the cops a document, which they refused. Irritated, she boasted about her connections with the mayor, hoping to intimidate them.
No. I need to know.
No, you don't need to know.
Okay?
You are not involved here. You're picking them up?
No. I'm involved. Trust me.
Well,
I'm
not
very
going to tell you. He's the driver of the automobile. He's over 18. That's all you need to know.
Disgusted by her erratic behavior, the calm officer ignored her inquiries and redirected them to the driver. Despite her persistent nagging, the cop managed to maintain his composure.
Okay. You need it. If you can give me a little bit of space here.
Who is this? Are you a commissioner?
I am the commissioner. One of the commissioners, and I'm heading up.
Do you have an ID with that?
That is my ID, and that is my business card. I am the commissioner of the Port Authority, and I'm heading up over 4,000 police officers. Okay? So, if there's a problem, I think I have...
There's no problem.
Well, I think there's a problem.
It's an unregistered vehicle.
Okay.
Karen insisted the officers examine her credentials. Embarrassed, she had the passenger step aside and reveal she was a Port Authority commissioner, hoping her position would have an impact.
Why were they pulled over, first of all? Now, don't call me Miss. I'm Commissioner. Thank you.
Commissioner?
Yes.
All due
Why
respect?
were they pulled over?
All due respect?
Yep. Why
The driver will tell you.
No. I need
Yes,
to know.
ma'am. The car's getting towed now.
Why is the car getting towed?
Go ask him.
No. I'm asking. You're the person
Go ask
who's ordered it, and trust me.
Miss, this does not involve you. 1%.
Delusionally thinking that she had gained control of the situation, she rudely demanded that the cops explain themselves to her. However, they remained unmoved, which visibly bruised her ego.
Yeah, it does, because I'm picking them up, and I'm offering to take responsibility for them, and you can't even tell me the charges. I'm also an attorney, so I think if you can't tell me, what is the problem?
That's fine.
Why is it such a difficulty to say why they're being pulled over and why the car's being towed? Because everything has already been explained.
Despite the commissioner's attempt to assert power, the officers calmly told the commissioner that they were under no obligation to disclose anything to her, and they had no intention of doing so.
Why do you need to know?
Because this is impacting me, because I got 4 people who are coming back to my house, including people who live in New Haven attending Yale Graduate School, a PhD student, and I don't know why it's so difficult to say what the problem is. This is impacting me. On Easter Sunday, I got to take 4 people back to New Haven.
Seeing her tactics fail, she tried portraying herself as a victim, but this strategy also didn't trigger the reaction she wanted.
Should I be frank with you?
Yeah, I want to know what the problem is.
It's more of the way you just approached me. and your demeanor.
You know what? Okay.
I'm being honest with you.
I want to know why.
I just don't appreciate your demeanor.
I don't
You're being very demanding with me.
No, I'm asking you a question which is not being answered.
But it doesn't need to be answered. It's irrelevant.
Okay. You know what?
If you'd like to read my report, you can come down to the police department records on Monday, and you can get a copy of it.
And you can't.
I am under. You have no right to know what's going on.
No, I do.
Explain to me why.
Because these are 4 people that I have to take responsibility.
Why do you have to take responsibility? They're all adults.
That's my daughter.
And she's a backseat passenger. She's a backseat passenger.
And there's a problem with you describing it because you don't feel confident. Why these people are being pulled over?
Your daughter has not been summoned. She was not the driver. This is not her vehicle. It's not your vehicle.
I'm
How
sorry,
are you involved?
but this is not going to be. If you have a problem explaining what the problem is.
The frustrated cop finally revealed why he had been unyielding, but the commissioner remained in her belief that she was justified and showed no signs of remorse.
Why their car is being confiscated, then we have a problem. And trust me, I will be in with the commissioner of police of Tenafly.
Take a step back. Take a step back
for me. You can't even describe what the problem is.
Take a step back for me. I can't move back any farther. I keep moving back farther, and you keep moving closer to me.
Because you can't even
take a step back?
put a sentence together on what the problem is.
Because I'm not, because of your demeanor.
No, I came in very nicely.
I'm under no legal obligation to tell you.
And I'm under no legal obligation to tell you what I will be doing. But I will.
You can do whatever you would like to do.
She's been
This is a lawful motor vehicle stop. You are here to pick them up. Okay?
Okay.
There's going to be a report.
Yep.
The driver has been advised of everything that's going on.
Okay. I was there for your graduation when you guys came in the town, and it wasn't that long ago.
What graduation? What are you talking about?
Okay.
What graduation when I came into what town?
Saditsky and Catherine. Thank you for your information and help. You know what?
Karen became infuriated and started threatening the cops, escalating the situation within seconds.
I hope you have a really nice holiday weekend, too, because you just ruined it for a lot of people. Without even the decency.
No, I didn't ruin anything.
Yeah,
I was doing
you did.
my job.
Yeah, you did.
I would just hope you, being a commissioner,
this is their Passover.
that you would understand the job police officers have to do. But
there is no explanation. How can I understand? You
didn't
don't
even
have
ask
the
him.
decency.
You didn't even
no,
ask
I'm
him.
asking you because you're the one that's making.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, I'm just telling you who I am. I've been in the town for 20 years, and as a courtesy, I would like to understand the rationale for their being pulled over and their car confiscated. This is a courtesy. I don't know why it's so difficult.
I believe you should ask your daughter and the driver of the motor vehicle.
My daughter is a backseat passenger, as you've said.
Exactly.
You're making the accusation. I would like to know.
What accusation?
The accusation of I don't know what, because you haven't told me. You're telling me to go Monday and read the report. I'm very disappointed in the way the two of you are acting. You cannot even tell me, a mother living in Tenafly for 20 years with 2 kids who went through the school system, what the problem is. And that's shocking. It's shocking that you can't even give me a sentence.
I think we should conclude this.
I will.
Just for safety reasons, this is a high-speed road. I think we should all get off of the road. It's a little bit dangerous for us being out here as long as we were
anyway. Thank you for your concern with my safety.
Okay.
I don't need it. You can't put a sentence together. Sorry.
Okay.
That's pathetic. Okay. And you are a disappointment. And you are just following him. You can't put together a sentence of what the problem is.
Are you finished now? Are you finished, ma'am?
I'm shocked. I'm shocked and very disappointed. Thank you for your help.
You may take them now.
You may not tell me when to take my child. You may shut up and not tell me when I may take my kids and her friends who are PhD students from MIT and Yale.
The officers didn't see her as a threat and were eager to finish quickly. Despite this, the woman attempted to guilt trip them. When that didn't work, she resorted to hurling insults at the calm officer, who suggested they leave the busy road.
You may tell me nothing because you told me nothing. Shame on both of you. I will be talking to the chief of police.
Please.
And I will be speaking to the mayor.
Badge number 540.
I got your name.
Just to make sure there's no discrepancy.
There's no
Matt is the first name.
No. Don't you worry.
As long as you got all the information right.
I got all your information, sweetheart. You can't put a sentence together.
The egotistical commissioner tried to escalate the situation further, threatening to report the officers to the chief of police and the mayor, but the men remained unfazed.
You have a wonderful weekend. You're going to very...
Just in terms of the receipt for impounding, is that all contained in the 3 tickets?
No,
there is no
not.
receipt for impounding.
They can't even tell you the reason. They can't tell me the reason why you're being pulled over.
Nursing her bruised ego, she ultimately surrendered and decided to walk away from the officers, but then came back with the driver, who just wanted to inquire about where the vehicle would be towed.
The police
Are you
impound
tomorrow?
Is that online?
What company are you?
Find out the what? The location of the impound. No, it's at the police department. Okay, cool. Police headquarters. You could take it.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
Have a pleasant day.
Put together.
The commissioner got nosy again and started questioning the cops about what station they were from before retreating.
I came to see his address.
Employee.
I came to get his address.
This is a police contract employee.
You've made 5 people in that car cry. I hope you're happy. You're an ass.
I'm doing my job.
And you, no, you're not. You're not.
We'll agree to get pictures.
Okay?
I agree.
You are not a nice person. And 5 people are crying. You've ruined their Easter. You've ruined their Passover. You've got someone, an investment banker in there from London. You've ruined it. They were just going for a hike, and you can't even... I hope you're very happy, because you seem to have a smug-ass look on your face, and it seems to please you. I don't know why it's so hard to say what the reason is or where the car will be.
Why? You work with police officers, correct?
Yeah, I've worked with 4,000 of them.
I'm just a little bit disappointed that...
You don't get to be disappointed in me.
You don't seem like a very big police supporter. I don't know. You think that you would have more of an inside look at the job. Just caught me by surprise based off your demeanor a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Using inappropriate words and such.
Yeah.
Go to whoever you'd like to go to. It's irrelevant to me. Okay. I'm doing my job. I've done nothing inappropriate.
And if I go and say, what's the address and what do we have to do, that's inappropriate too. You need to tell me for that too?
I don't know why you're coming over to a vehicle that's lawfully being impounded.
Because I want to know where it's going.
The driver was advised where it's going, as was your daughter. Your daughter was very nice as well. She asked and I told her.
Guess what? I'm not so nice. And you can tell that to everybody. And it's fine.
Okay.
And the police have all been in my home, and in my second home, and in the third home in Tenafly.
I don't see how that's relevant to this situation.
Now, let's see how an officer's unethical actions caught the attention of a superior who decided enough was enough.
Bottom line is that for both the criminal and the administrative review, there is no excessive use of force. And so your perception is wrong. Well, because Lucas, it really comes down to the future, your future in the police department.
You often wonder why cops stay quiet when they see their colleagues commit horrible acts of tyranny. Today, we bring you a rare case where a brave officer dared to question his chief. However, what happened next will leave you shocked, as he was humiliated by the entire department. In March 2021, Heber City police officer Lucas McTaggart was responding to a call about a drunk person accompanied by an officer whom he was training. However, McTaggart discovered that multiple officers were on the scene, including the chief of the police department, Dave Booth. Soon, the suspect started resisting, and McTaggart saw Booth's hand grabbing his neck, violating the department's policy. He immediately filed a report to his supervisor, claiming that Chief Booth used excessive force. Soon, this led to an investigation, and instead of holding Booth accountable, McTaggart was the one on the receiving end.
Then Garrity can be given to make it perfectly clear that there is an obligation on the employee's part to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, kind of an idea. Mm-hmm. And so Garrity provides protections to an employee, like in your spot, having to do with potential criminal investigation. Doesn't say crimes can't be brought if Garrity is given, but instead is saying anything that we were to talk about here cannot be shared with criminal investigators. Well, there's already been a criminal investigation conducted. We know there's no crimes that are going to come of that. And so at least that piece is not on the table, and so we won't do it. If we were concerned about your ability to tell the truth, or we questioned any of those things, then we would also consider giving Garrity. But we're not in that boat. So you're not in trouble.
Sheriff Jared Rigby, a close friend of Chief Booth, conducted the interview. From the start of the interrogation, he appeared pretty hostile and used intimidation tactics to scare off McTaggart.
I know lots of times officers get concerned about the consequences of what they say, meaning how that affects them with their coworkers. And I do get that, kind of the informal, kind of between officers, crews, supervisors. Are they going to be upset with me? Any of those kinds of things. So, it's not a criminal investigation. It's not a Garrity interview. The first question really that we have is, we know that you're the FTO to Adrian Gondaria on this call, March 31st, 2021, right? Mm-hmm. Liberty Station, Jesse Rodriguez. And then from there end up being concerns in the police department about how it was handled. Specifically, whether there was excessive use of force. And even more specific, whether Dave Booth used any excessive use of force. So, what do you know, or what was your involvement in, after March 31st, and that incident, and then discussion with others?
Rigby was more concerned about whether McTaggart had said anything to the officers involved rather than uncovering the whole truth about the incident. He conveniently ignored the entire event as he questioned McTaggart about it.
It's been a while, so I don't 100% recall timing on everything or anything like that, but I know I discussed with, I think, 3 other officers. And I discussed with a supervisor.
Okay, is the supervisor one of the 3 officers or separate?
Separate.
Okay, can you tell us more about that, the officers and the supervisor?
I believe I talked about it with Rojo, Richard, and I actually want to say Weischer, but that was kind of random because he was just in the office randomly.
And the supervisor?
Jarvie.
Okay, and what were the circumstances there?
My discussion with my supervisor?
Uh-huh.
I was doing what I was obligated to do by policy based on what I had seen.
So, help us understand the circumstances of how that conversation happened.
Officer McTaggart followed departmental policy on reporting any use of excessive force when he spoke to his supervisor. Rigby, on the other hand, continued to stress this issue.
Who was on your crew at that time?
Well, I was FTOing Adrian. So it was just me and Jarvie, and then I was training Adrian.
So just the 3 of you on that crew, on Jarvie's crew?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, at that point, you're the only 2 on the crew, and he is your crew supervisor.
Yes.
Okay. And this happened in Sergeant Jarvie's office. Is it a day crew, or is it a day shift or a night shift?
I don't remember. I could look back. Adrian may have been out doing paperwork in the office while the door was closed.
Okay.
Door
was closed.
If he was in the office, the door would have been closed. It wasn't a conversation I would have had for other people to hear.
Did you consider it a formal conversation?
Yes.
So what were the concerns that you raised?
That I observed an officer use excessive force. Or what I perceived to be excessive force from where I saw it happen.
You're concerned about Dave Booth using excessive force?
Correct.
And you communicated that to Sergeant Jarvie?
I did.
During the incident, McTaggart was alongside Officer Adrian, whom he was training. Finally, Rigby asked him about what had happened earlier, and he told the truth.
At what point do you think that Dave Booth used excessive force?
When he put his hand on Jesse's neck and squeezed his neck to put him into the back of, I believe it was Adrian's car, but that patrol car.
So, to say it accurately, when recovered, he knew that the recording was going. Okay. When he put his hand on Jesse's neck and squeezed, is that accurate?
Yes.
And put him inside the car.
McTaggart was fearless throughout the interview and never had a change of thoughts. He explained how he was troubled by the incident, as he now had to tell a junior officer he was training that the chief broke the law and went against policy.
Were there any other concerns that you had about excessive use of force?
No.
Anything else, any other concerns that you raised at the time with Sergeant Jarvie having to do with the incident?
Only how to deal with that. How to have that conversation with somebody that I was training to be a new officer who I thought witnessed it, because it was just the three of us there. Everybody else was kind of milling around scene. As you know, there's a lot of people on scene at that point, just the way the previous use of force with Jesse had gone down and the emergency button and everything. But to my recollection and my perception was at that moment, it was Jesse, Chief, Adrian, and me, and kind of our own little world. And so that was, I mean, honestly, that was the most upsetting thing to me about it at the time, was that I was going to have to reconcile that with somebody who I was trying to teach how to be a cop. I just didn't know how to approach it with him. Obviously a difficult situation where it's chief. If it was another line level officer, yeah, like, hey, this is cut and dry. What you saw happen there was wrong and not the way we do things, and that'll be dealt with, but you don't need to worry about that, but we need to have that conversation. And that's just a little bit more of a difficult conversation.
So
with somebody who's, I mean, it was a difficult situation for me to be in, and I'm experienced and I have no issue being on a scene with chief and, and all of that stuff. And then imagine that from a brand new guy still in training who turns out was having a very hard time in training.
Yeah.
McTaggart oozed confidence and never appeared nervous in front of the sheriff. However, that's when Rigby started to intimidate him, claiming that what he saw was wrong and that excessive force was never used.
What I mean by that is, you're seeing excessive use of force. That's not your decision. That is a determination that the department will make.
Sure.
And so, I like and I appreciate and I respect you going through the process. Hey, I have a concern, you raise it to your sergeant, that's the right thing to do. And maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're saying here, but the way that it's coming across to me, at least at this point, is that you're feeling like you have to explain to the new employee that the chief just used excessive use of force and now we gotta work through that. Am I misunderstanding that?
You're not. The way that I perceived that, it was pretty cut and dry from what I perceived. I was right there with it, and I didn't see anything, especially with, we've just been told chokeholds are against policy and all, George Floyd and everything else and people going to prison and all of this stuff. And then we see that happen, and that was very clear to me that that was inappropriate.
The officer was well aware of the department's policies and the law surrounding the appropriate use of force. It's great to see such officers existing in the police department, but seeing Rigby gaslighting them into breaking them is truly shameful.
I think applying pressure to the neck, I mean, they're saying George Floyd, they're relating that to a chokehold, and he had a knee on the back of his neck, and you can't stop breathing from the back of the neck.
So,
I mean, what?
Is that what your policy talks about with chokehold? Is anything that applies pressure to the neck?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know off the top of my head right now. But and to back up, that wasn't anything on the back of the neck. I mean, I watched his hands squeeze around the front of his neck.
How long do you think that lasted?
I have thought about that because my other concern when I researched what my obligation was is, coming across the duty to intervene. And so I had a second to myself to, should I have stepped in and grabbed Chief's arm and said, hey, quit? I think by time everything processed what was happening, it was done. So I think, and I never saw the video, so I never saw it besides in that moment. But
So this is just your recollection from your eyewitness account. You've never reviewed or watched a video since that?
Not of that part, no.
After listening to his entire story, the sheriff and the other detective questioned McTaggart on why he was the only one to challenge the excessive force, while Adrian remained quiet. Once again, McTaggart confidently responded, silencing them.
There was nothing brought up by Adrian as far as any concerns?
No, but he wasn't really one to bring stuff up. He was kind of just doing this for the whole time.
Okay.
Through FTO, I mean.
No, I get you.
Or his part of FTO.
Okay.
All right, so
and maybe I'm not, I don't know, maybe I'm not communicating it well. I take pride in training new officers in that position and the importance of that position. And so I guess that was me having Adrian there was just something else onto that issue. That issue would have been that issue with just me there. And I saw what I saw independent of Adrian. And then on top of all of that, on what I was, figuring out what I needed to do, what our policy said, what the law said, I had the thought, Adrian was there too and was in a position where he could have saw exactly what I saw. So how, do I need to have that conversation with him, and how specifically do I need to have that conversation with him?
So when did you have the conversation with Adrian?
Either that day that I talked to Jarvie or within the next shift or two, quickly after.
Rigby claimed that McTaggart was wrong to have a conversation with Adrian, as he should have followed an alternative route.
There's a process for figuring that out.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't sit with an officer, and it doesn't sit with a sergeant, and it goes up like it did.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately it goes to the chief's supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a criminal investigation on it, and then the decision on that, and then there's an IA that's done on it, and then there's a decision on that. And what has been done, or at least it somewhat looks like it's been done, is, well, Adrian's already been told that that was not the way to be doing it. Although it wasn't specific, it was just generalized that that wasn't the way to be doing things.
The sheriff was again in the wrong, as McTaggart had every right to inform the officer he was training about any actions violating the law. Otherwise, what's the point of hands-on training if it doesn't teach integrity and adherence to the law?
I understand what you're saying. I guess questions on where that's coming from, because I feel like you're obviously already prepared with that information you just gave me, right?
What's that?
That whole speech just barely that you just gave me about how I handled it and that my department thinks it's wrong. I mean, I'm assuming that sounds like it was something that came from you before the conversation that we just had.
No, that is me hearing this for the first time.
Okay.
And applying what I know.
Okay.
And then me going back to them and saying, this is the statement I made on your behalf.
Okay.
That's what it is. And then they'll honor it.
Sure.
Because that's what we're doing here.
And then maybe it needs to be more clear that I in no way threw Chief under the bus to Adrian. I mean, that was why I made it a point to do that, is how do I that was me trying to have a conversation on, I guess, appropriate use of force or whatever that may be without throwing Chief under the bus, knowing, you know, having seen what I'd seen.
Okay. McTaggart was again on point, as he was just doing his duty as a field training officer. However, Rigby kept intimidating him, making it increasingly apparent that they only punished McTaggart for speaking up against the wrongdoing he had witnessed.
Sergeant Jarvie in his office shared your concern because this is what. Then, what was your understanding of what was going to happen from there?
There was no expectation of anything else to happen.
Okay. So
my
you didn't say,
understanding
well,
of my
I'll go and do this or that or anything like that?
He definitely gave no statement of this is going to happen next.
Was there any statement as far as like, this has got to be fill in the blank? I don't know what it would be, but was there an expectation on your part?
No.
It's like,
no.
Did it be handled a certain way or?
No, I made it clear from the beginning that I was doing what I felt like I was obligated to do, and that was where that, you know, that's why I was having that conversation, because policy said that, and so I was fulfilling policy. Policy said report it to a supervisor, so I made that clear. This is me reporting it to you. I'm done with it.
So
the officer clarified that he had no sinister reason to report the incident, but had only followed the department's policy. However, it appears that the Heber City Police Department does not tolerate good police officers. Moments later, Rigby actually started to defend the chief's action.
I don't have anything against you. I don't. But there's this one part in the interview with DPS that confuses me. So you end up saying they ask you a few times about your concerns and whether you felt like there was excessive use of force. And you said that you were concerned, but based on your perspective of where you were, because you were back and not up right front, you didn't see anything that led up to that choking, however it's characterized. And so it might have been justified. You just didn't see that. You just saw Dave Booth's hand on Rodriguez's neck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
I remember that. I remember saying that, yeah.
Despite being pressured for an hour, McTaggart remained adamant in his belief, refusing to change his statement.
I observed excessive force. I was also recognizing that excessive force is not determined by my perspective. That's what it was. It's as simple as that. I was, especially where that was a criminal investigation, so I'm not going to sit there. You know, obviously I'm going to be honest, and I was. This is what I saw, and I explained what I saw, and so I made that statement to acknowledge that knowing what I saw is this perspective. And so maybe I'll clarify to you then. I do not believe that there was anything that warranted that, but I also acknowledge that it is a possibility that something could have happened that I didn't see. That's a possibility.
Once again, Rigby changed his entire narrative and started claiming that the suspect had done something that forced the officer to go hands-on with him. However, he is once again in the wrong, as there's no departmental policy that allows an officer to use force against someone's neck in any condition whatsoever.
So
taking his hand and putting it on Rigby's
I didn't directly observe anything that warranted it. So I can definitely say that because that's my observations, right? And from where I was, which was close, it was, you know, behind Adrian, but still close. Mm-hmm. I don't really, you know, there's no way that it didn't seem likely to me that something would have warranted it. I'm just acknowledging that I'm not, you know, all-seeing and all-knowing.
Okay. For both the criminal and the administrative review, there is no excessive use of force. So your perception is wrong. And so you'll just have to figure out how best to go about that from here on out. I could go into more detail about why that is. I don't want to kind of belabor the point when the main thing is you knowing that that's just not. You and anyone else that thinks that that's how it is, that might have been your perspective at the time, but it's been found to be false. So there was no excessive use of force.
Within a moment, Rigby changed the narrative of the entire investigation, claiming that there was no use of excessive force. He even showed resentment toward the officer for speaking against his chief.
And each one, you're supposed to follow a certain way of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you're coming to your sergeant and doing a formal complaint, there's certain things that are supposed to happen. So it says in policy that you're supposed to come immediately. And so I don't know that you coming within a few days is immediate, but I think it's pretty close. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I was going to say, is enough time for me to read the policy and figure out what I'm supposed to do and then do it
I think
considered immediately?
Yes.
I mean, I felt like I was
doing the best you can.
Yeah.
It's got to be written. So you've got to do a written statement on what your concern is.
So I guess let me ask this. That's obviously in a separate policy.
From what?
For the process to file a complaint, right? Is that the policy that you're...
Separate from use of force in two different places, you mean?
Well, because the policy that I came across was... policy that I was doing what I was doing, and hopefully you have it, you probably have it, is...
So there's use of force.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was doing right there, is that orange paragraph. That's what I was doing. It says report. So I wasn't filing a formal complaint on chief. That's not what I was doing. I was satisfying that highlighted part right there. And I didn't even read the formal complaint policy because that's not what I was doing.
Rigby once again tried to undermine the officer's actions of reporting the incident, but he had no clue that McTaggart was one fine officer who had done everything according to the policy. The sheriff is demonstrating how difficult it is for an officer to call out a mistake made by a senior officer.
You're not trying to do an investigation that so-and-so just brought you, then pass it on. So you're informing the proper supervisors, you're finding out what they want to have happen.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, then they get the right people involved that they want to have involved.
Yeah.
So just don't want anyone thinking, and again, this is something that you can take to the bank. It's not just what I think or how we run things here in the sheriff's office or something like that. I'm speaking for the police department when I say that when there is a concern that someone raises, or a complaint, you can use them interchangeably, that someone raises, it immediately needs to go to the proper supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got to be documented. So citizens sometimes don't want to document.
Suddenly, the entire focus shifted to McTaggart, as the sheriff claimed he did not follow the correct procedure. Throughout the interview, there were no discussions about whether Chief Booth did something wrong.
What Dave Booth did is not even use of force. Now, people might disagree with that, but in policy, it's saying here, the application of physical technique or tactic. So it's like, okay, so what did Dave do? He took it and put it on Rodriguez's neck and squeezed. I don't know if there's a dispute on what that technique or tactic is. Okay. Technique or tactic. So were we taught to do that somehow in any of our trainings? grab someone by the throat and do that kind of a thing? So the application of physical technique or tactic, chemical agent, or a weapon to another person. It's not a use of force when a person allows himself or herself to be searched, escorted, or handcuffed. So by the definition, if you're not taught the technique or tactic, it's not a use of force.
Rigby again went out of the line to defend the chief's action, but he had no clue that McTaggart even had the perfect reply.
Well, I mean, the statement you just made, if I punch somebody in the throat, but I've never been taught to do that, then that's not a use of force. Is that?
So in your training,
maybe I'm misunderstanding you, because your statement sounds ridiculous to me.
In your trainings, you've never been taught to punch someone?
Not in the throat, no. Like, we've been taught to grab people, but we've never been taught to grab people by the throat. So, I mean, it's what it...
Yeah, right.
How specific are you going to be on it?
That's my point, is that you've never been taught to grab someone by the throat. So you have to take...
We've been taught specifically to not grab people by the throat.
No, I disagree. You've been taught to not do a chokehold.
Okay.
And then when it comes down to what a chokehold is, it comes down to blood flow or airflow.
McTaggart was almost destroying whatever evidence was thrown at him, and that's when Rigby tried threatening him by questioning his future on the police force.
But I thought a lot about it, and I made a very informed decision, and I'm a very experienced officer, and I read case law, and I read lawsuits, and I know what is appropriate use of force, or my perspective of what appropriate use of force is. Obviously, I'm not the one who determines it, and it was determined that it wasn't. And I understand all of that. But what you're saying is not changing my perspective of what I saw. Nothing's going to change that. That's why we're here, right?
Yeah. Well,
because
Lucas, it really comes down to the future, your future in the police department.
Sure.
So you can dig in your heels and say,
and that's not what I'm doing.
This is how I feel, and no one's going to change. And okay, that's your decision. You just won't get any trusted positions having to do with DT and use of force and sergeant and those kinds of things because you're not willing to learn and be open-minded to it.
Sure.
So I'm just trying to help you understand that Lexipol and the attorneys that wrote it, the prosecutors that reviewed the criminal case and fit it within the statute and how it fits into the policy. And then us going through this as well. Everyone's saying what happened there is not a use of force.
Rigby eventually went over to demonstrate what actually happened, as he was now openly supporting his friend Booth.
But when you look at the recordings of what happened, and you go frame by frame, you have Jesse James Rodriguez, who actually sits down in the vehicle. They're moving him. He's going back and forth at points. He is compliant. He's not. He wants to go a different direction. It's gradient level of compliance. It's not like you're all 100% compliant or 100% not compliant.
Right.
It's this kind of level of how that works. So, point is, Jesse James Rodriguez goes and sits in the vehicle. They get him in the vehicle. Now he decides he wants to come out. So now he's being some level of non-compliant. So he's coming out, he's leading with his head, and he and Dave Booth are now like this. And whether he doesn't make statements about kissing him until later, but at this point in time, he's known to be a spitter. Dave Booth is wondering whether he's going to bite him. Dave Booth takes him and pushes him, and it hits him higher, somewhere in through here.
Okay.
And pushes him back in, separating space. And then from there, Rodriguez comes out again. And that's when Dave Booth's hand catches him here, and he's pushing him back in.
Okay.
Now, when I say incidental, this is one frame. You can go frame, frame by frame. Here, his hand isn't there. Here, his hand is there. Here, his hand isn't there. And so you have to figure out the timing of that video. But this is something like 1 to 2 seconds.
McTaggart countered the sheriff again, asserting that the situation was being handled strictly only because the chief had been questioned. If it had been another officer, things would have been handled differently.
Can can you appreciate that this situation was changed by who it was? If this had been another officer, that probably, and I don't know because it wasn't, but that probably would have been the conversation immediately. It made things different because of who it was. It made things very serious immediately, in my mind.
And I'm not through.
That's why
I'm not through with the investigation, so I have a question with it because I think you have a valid point.
Sure. From the beginning of all of it, I was trying to do the right thing. That's what I always try to do. I don't think anybody can question my integrity in anything I've done in this job, and I stand by that.
Finally, Rigby realized that he wouldn't be able to get anything out of McTaggart because he had been honest throughout the encounter. Then he asked McTaggart to write a formal complaint and explain everything he had encountered that day.
Doing a statement or a report on the issue. Yeah, those are the follow-up things that we.
Okay. Do you need a statement right now, or you want me to do
What's
that
going to
on
be
my own
next
time?
time, do you think?
Well, you've got a half hour before you leave. How long do you think it's going to take you to fill out a statement on this?
Not a half hour.
Not a half hour. Then let's just get it done and over with. Let's do it now. If that's okay with you.
Yeah, and to be clear, you want my written statement to be what my specific concern was that I brought forward to my supervisor.
That's right.
Okay.
Yep, put in the circumstances around there. I mean, but yeah.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Okay, I think you did well. Okay? Okay. May I shake your hand?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Sorry to take you from training. Sorry for the stress. It's not intentional.
Lastly, we'll witness the ultimate downfall of a female officer who just can't admit she's wrong. On October 26, 2019, a Las Cruces police officer was dispatched after a witness observed a woman sleeping inside her car. The witness claimed that the woman was driving erratically and might be impaired. Soon, the cops arrived and noticed the woman sleeping comfortably.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Las Cruces PD. Ma'am? Las Cruces PD. Can you wake up?
Right now, let 950 know, let Central know that there is no male. That's right. There is a female passed down the passenger seat.
Yeah. Ma'am, can you get up? I need you to wake up. Who else is with you? Just you?
The woman passed out in the car was herself a Las Cruces police detective, Stephanie Carabajal. It seemed like she had a lot to drink, and the officers were not going to leave her alone.
Going on for the last 20 minutes.
No, I need you to get up. Get up. 950 Central 49. There's gonna be no male with this vehicle, just a female passed out.
Yeah, turn off the.
No, get up now.
This car up here? We're not sure.
Get out of the vehicle. Go ahead and get out of the vehicle for me. I'm giving you a lawful order to step out of the vehicle. Do it now.
Your own lawful order?
Step out of the vehicle.
Okay, stupid.
Right here. Who else is with you?
What do you mean? Who else is with me? Look in the car.
Wait right there, ma'am. Wait right there.
What are you talking about?
Wait right there, ma'am.
This is my own lawful order.
Ma'am, just wait. Wait in the car. Wait in the car, please.
Look in the fucking car.
Wait in the car. That's what I'm asking you. Wait in the car.
This is bullshit. Look in your own fucking order. You want to look at my car?
Steph,
No,
look in the car.
Bullshit.
Just have a seat in the car.
Okay, then
have a seat in the car. Sit in the car. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Instead of carrying out field sobriety tests and arresting her for DUI, the officers proceeded to contact New Mexico State Police, urging them to investigate this incident. Meanwhile, Detective Carabajal was relaxing in her truck.
Yep. Oops. It is. There's a clutch right here. We got it? Okay. I'll close the door, okay?
I'm sorry, the person you were...
As the officers waited for the supervisor to arrive, one of them went over to the witness who had called the cops over to hear what had transpired originally.
And I was going like towards, like I was going towards the movies, like going like on the highway, like on the frontage, you know, doing it. And I noticed like these people were like honking. I'm like, well, what are they honking at? And I left to the right because she was like in the... She was like a white, younger girl. And like she looked like that. I know they...
Like she was asleep?
Like, yeah, and so like, I freaked out because...
Was there anyone else in the truck with her? No.
And so I started honking and she had her window rolled down and I was like, are you okay? She's all, yeah. And then like she went straight.
When she said yeah, did she seem fine?
No, she didn't. That's why I followed her.
It seemed like the witness had done a great deed of following the drunk detective, else she might have caused some great harm to herself and the people on the road. Seeing her condition, she definitely should not be behind the wheel.
And she like turned to make like a U-turn, but she was like swerving. And I was like, you know what?
Like she was not maintaining her lane?
I was like, I better call the cops in case she is intoxicated or...
So you suspected she was driving drunk?
And because I'm afraid that, you know, she's going to end up killing herself, she's going to kill somebody else, and I'm going to be guilty for it. So she got on the freeway, on the highway, she went this way, and that's when I called 911, and I was following her, and then she like slowed down, but she's going 10 miles per hour on the right lane. And people...
How far was she going 10 miles an hour? Like how long?
Like, when I was like going, I don't know if she like noticed me again that I was following her or what, and that's when she pulled, and then she stopped right there, and she got out of her vehicle, and I asked her again, are you okay? She's like, yeah. And she went to the passenger side.
So she went from the driver's to the passenger seat? Did she just scoot over inside or did she get out of the vehicle?
She got out of the vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happened when she got out?
The officers kept waiting for a supervisor to show up from the New Mexico State Police. However, the officers did have a point, as they didn't want any bias involved in the investigation. After 30 minutes of waiting, Deputy Chief Paul Brock arrived on the scene and confronted Detective Carabajal.
Right here on 70? Okay, was she in the right lane?
The deputy talked with the detective and eventually asked her to get off her vehicle. It was time that she did some field sobriety tests.
It's so cold. Can you please have my jacket?
However, surprisingly, the detective refused to conduct the field sobriety tests, leaving the deputy with no choice but to proceed with the arrest.
Okay, like the way you pulled me over?
I didn't pull you over. Okay. I just got one. Okay. Are you going to start studying the driver's license?
I wasn't driving.
Despite being clearly intoxicated, she kept on arguing with the officers that she was just sitting on the passenger side of the car. However, the witness claimed that she just exchanged seats minutes before the cops arrived.
So you guys want to sit here and talk to me like I'm...
What questions do you have?
We're gonna play games, okay?
No, what questions do you have?
No, I don't have questions. So you're gonna arrest me for whatever you want.
You already played on your wrist.
I was in the passenger seat of the fucking car and you're gonna arrest me for DWI. Got it. Passenger seat of DWI. Got it.
The police officers also took no heed to her cries and proceeded with the arrest. She was eventually taken to the police station where she was charged with aggravated driving while under the influence of an intoxicating liquor or drug and 1 count of blocking traffic. In December 2019, the Las Cruces Police Department fired Carabajal and suspended her license in 2021. However, the charges against her were dropped as the judge claimed that her rights to a quick trial were violated.
Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me. You have a problem?
On the 9th of October 2023, a drunk driver crashed his car into multiple cars. Shortly after, several police officers arrived and were conducting their investigation when an uninvited police chief showed up.
Hey, Ron, just pull that up and put it to the shoulder.
Yeah.
Thanks.
What is it?
The RMA.
I am not the police, okay? I came here with the ambulance. I want to make sure you're okay.
I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know. I'm asking you if he's RMA or not.
Oh, yeah, no.
What?
Yeah. I get that. I'm not saying you aren't. I just want to make sure your head is okay. You have no other injuries that we need to be aware of.
I can't get any.
Can you tell me your first name at least?
The officers were surprised to see Chief Leonard Guida pulling over in civil clothes. Shortly after, the chief pulled over an on-duty sergeant for a weird reason.
Let me work this DWI, okay?
Come over here.
Chief, I'm on a DWI.
Come over here.
Chief, I'm on a DWI.
Get over here.
I'm on a DWI.
The chief kept calling the sergeant over who refused, claiming that he had a DWI to work on. However, the chief persisted and even used force only to learn the lesson of a lifetime.
Chief, I'm working. I don't have time to argue about a jacket, okay?
Get over here. Don't you touch me.
Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me. You have a problem? You grabbed me. What? Now get out of here before you get a problem.
Take him, man. Take him.
No, you're going to go in. Drunk again. Whose keys are these?
They're mine.
Get out of here.
No.
Chief, get out of here or you're going to get locked up.
No.
Chief, you're going to get locked up. You're grabbing me 3 times, leave me alone. You're obstructing my DWI.
Billy, come over here.
Let him go.
The chief got embarrassed right in front of his juniors, but instead of learning his lesson and walking away, he persisted with his resentful demeanor and pulled over the sergeant once again.
That's the first thing. Billy,
I'm trying to get away from everybody.
Shut up, because you're in trouble now. Stop,
no, I'm
please,
not in trouble.
Stop,
I'm not
stop, stop.
You're going to be in trouble.
Stop,
You're going to be in trouble.
Billy.
Chief, I'm working at DWI.
I'm listening to you.
Okay.
Shut up.
No.
You're in trouble because this is the first thing. First of all, I was about to say to you, you stupid. I was about to say to you, what do you need OEM for?
You're embarrassing me in front of the men about the jacket.
No. That's neither here nor there.
Okay.
That's neither here nor there. Now we got a real fucking problem, Billy.
Yeah, we do.
I know.
We do.
All right, you're going to have to go inside.
No, how about we do this?
No.
We go inside.
Billy, you're going to have to go inside right now with me.
Chief Guida had completely lost it, and it was evident that he was intoxicated way above the legal limit. However, he did something incredibly foolish right in the middle of a dangerous traffic stop.
And we're in a serious collision.
Billy, you're not doing anything when I'm on the scene, okay? You should know better than this, my friend.
No.
Listen to me.
Grab me.
No, I said come over here.
You're out of line. You grabbed me. It's on video.
Billy.
It's on video. I'm not going to argue with it. I have a crash to work.
Billy,
I have a job to do.
You're
okay?
relieved. Billy, You're relieved.
Okay.
You're relieved.
I'll go home.
No. Billy, you have to understand something. You're relieved. Billy, you're relieved. Go in the headquarters and wait for me.
Yeah, so my crash.
No, Billy. You're relieved.
I have
Billy.
officers here.
Billy.
Right here. They could get waffled because my car is blocking it.
Billy, you're relieved.
No, Chief.
No, Billy. Please, Billy. Don't. You're suspended, Billy.
I'm suspended?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm suspended. I'm going home.
Yes.
The chief ended up suspending the sergeant for no apparent reason. This meant that he was cleared to go home, however. The chief kept on insisting that he follow him to the police station.
Come here.
I'm going home. We can't talk. I'm suspended.
No.
I'm suspended. I'm going home.
And you're going to wait for me there.
No, I'm not. I'm suspended. I'm going home.
You're going to go in the headquarters and wait for me there.
Let me work my crash. This is why I'm here.
Billy, you're suspended.
All right, if I'm suspended, then I'm not going to wait inside. Nothing more to say.
No, Billy. You have to. Let me explain something to you. Billy, you're suspended.
Okay.
All right. Billy.
Yes.
Right now.
Okay.
Wait for me in there. That's an order.
Can you do me a favor? Can you put your car where my car is so our officers in first aid don't get run over, please? Thank you.
The poor sergeant was embarrassed in front of his team, and none of the officers could speak up against the corrupt chief. That's when he pulled over another officer and tried to justify his behavior.
See what happened there?
Yes, Chief.
What happened?
Some type of exchange between you and Sergeant Major.
Well, we're going to talk about that later. Everybody's got that. Billy's suspended. You really got this. What do you got here? What do you have?
We're trying to figure that out, Chief.
Go on, Billy. Go on.
The sergeant returned to his vehicle and was trying to get away from the scene. However, the chief was still not done as he once again came to him. This time, the conversation was more personal.
Hey, I'm in there.
Yes, you're going to meet me in there. Go and put the dog in right now.
There's nowhere to put her. She's going to ruin things.
Okay, we'll leave her in there. Go in.
I'm going. I got people on the road. I want to make sure they're safe. I want to run you over, so watch out.
No. Come on. Go ahead. You know I love you. Come on.
I know. What? What's wrong with you?
Stop. Billy.
Why would you do that to me?
Stop. Billy. Stop. You got enough problems already. Please.
All right.
It appeared as if the officers knew each other personally. However, the sergeant drove away, forced to leave his traffic stop. On the other hand, this matter was immediately noticed by the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office. An investigation started into the case, and Chief Guida was placed on administrative leave with pay. Just a day later, the chief announced his retirement, which occurred 6 months ahead of schedule. Well, if you think this was intense, the next blue-on-blue moment will leave you stunned.
I work here. I work. Why you fucking mad? Get out of my face! Get out of my
On the 31st of May 2013, Officer Robert Dubois from the Bergen County Police Department was conducting a traffic stop on the shoulder of the road. However, as Officer Dubois was in plain clothes, a state trooper from the New Jersey State Police observed this and pulled over behind the traffic stop to approach and confront the officer.
I'll do it if I want to. Picture ID.
The state trooper went over to demand the officer's ID, which he refused to give. The trooper then proceeded to draw his handgun out, intimidating the officer. As expected, the officer didn't like this gesture.
Good fucking reason why you're whipping your weapon on me. I do. I do. You got what? Armed robbery, Police impersonator. I see what you got. Back up. But you leave. I gotta back. No, you're not gonna tell me to leave here. This is my spot right here. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Yeah, you'll get it. You'll get it. Yeah, all right. Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Nah, you don't. Apparently you don't. Eyes front. Why are you looking at me?
The state trooper claimed that recently there had been several carjackings during which the suspects impersonated police officers. Therefore, he kept demanding the officer's ID. Shortly after, Sergeant Gabriel Escobar, also in plain clothes, arrived at the scene. Suddenly, the situation escalated and the conversation took a darker turn.
Yeah, bullshit. I work here. I work why you fucking mad. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Get out of here. Don't fucking. Don't fucking. Don't what's going on out here. You don't know what's going on out here. You don't know what's going on out here. You know what your hands up there. I want to get out of me. I want to get out here. You don't know what goes on out here. Fucking rule. Fucking rule. Get the fuck out of here. You don't know what goes on out here. You don't know what goes on out here. Go fly to your door. Force call me. Come on. All right. All right.
The tempers escalated and both the officers went back and forth with each other, filled with profanity. Things were about to get even worse as the trooper tried to explain the reason for pulling over.
Yeah, costume. Go yourself. Costume out of here. Yeah, all right. You don't even worry. Know what goes on. I need you here. We want you here. I want you here. I want to nobody wants to hear. I don't want to hear it. You pulled your fucking gun on me. Get the f*** scumbag. Scumbag. If you didn't have the uniform on, I'd wipe the street with you, bro. You pulled your gun on me. Fuck the police, scumbag. You saw my ID. A police. What the fuck do I look like to you? If I pulled my gun on you, how would you feel? If I pulled my gun on you, how would you feel? I mean, a police impersonator. Arrested for 3 of them in the last month. 3 of them in unmarked cars. Arrested police impersonator. So don't come out here fucking rocking a fucking uniform. You're better than anybody. You know who I am. Really? You know who I am. I don't know who you are. My ID. Arrested police impersonator with that.
It appeared as if the officers didn't like the troopers withdrawing his gun against them. However, eventually, both the sergeant and the officer identified themselves.
That's best, bro. Do they have this? Did I see that when I first walked in? What afterwards, scumbag? What, did I have my gun out after I saw that? Did I throw you out? Arrested police impersonator. That's right. Rookie move. It's a rookie move. I work out here. You know who I am. You know who I am. You know who I am. You see this? You know who I am. Get out of here. You know who I am. Rookie. Hey, Sergeant. Just let me get your name real quick. Escobar. Escobar. What is that? Burton County Sheriff? Burton County PD. Very good. Escobar. What's that badge? 244. Escobar. 244.
Just as it appeared that the tempers had cooled down, the officers were engaged in a verbal dispute once again. And this time, the officer was the aggressor.
Wait, take a picture of this. Hold on. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, Mr. Tough Guy. Alright, yeah. You don't know the story, bro. You don't know the story. You got 6 months, you just got out of the academy. Yeah, you just got out of the academy. You see a uniform, that means I got out of the academy? No, because you're acting like a douchebag. Bro, you don't know the story. I just told you the story, and you're still acting like an asshole. What does that mean? I just told you the story. So when your plain clothes guys do that, do we do that to them? Well, listen, when our plain guys are out here working, they let us know. They let us know when our plain guys are out here working. Just out of curiosity, when you're working on Route 4, Route 46, you let us know? I don't come out to Route 4. Because you're not from here. You don't know shit about here. Where you from, fucking Morristown? That's right, because I only got 6 months on the job. I only got 6 months on the job.
The trooper accepted the fact that he was a Tukey and was only trying to do his job. That's when he went to confront the sergeant, who tried to calm him down.
Because it's an issue now. Now it's an issue. Now it's an issue. First of all, I'm not going to make an issue of it. I work down here. I work down here, all right? Oh, you're not making an issue out here? You can come here ranting and raving, telling me to get the fuck out of here. You didn't just do that? I think we just settle this out here. I'm not going to say nothing. You want to call you boy up. I'm telling you. I tried to explain this to you. We've had 3 police impersonators, tax vests and all. So we're ripping and stripping out here, robbing people. You know what? Carjacking, guns, the whole 9 yards. If you don't believe it, I want my detectives to call you. I want them to personally call you because I'm a rookie and I don't know what's going on. Just calm down. Now, calm down.
Finally, the matter seemed to be resolved, as the sergeant had understood the reason for the stop. Eventually, the trooper drove away, and the officers continued with the stop.
Yeah. Are we getting anywhere yelling at each other? I'm not getting anywhere yelling at each other. Nah. All right? So, if that's the case, then you know what? No, I'm lying, bro. I'm lying. I come out here typically and put my gun out on police because that's what I do. That's what they teach us 6 months out of the academy to do. Why do I tell you that? I don't stop throwing a gun on them. I have a problem with that. Yeah, no shit. All right? Yeah. But I still tried to explain to you, and it didn't go anywhere. It didn't go anywhere. I'm a rookie 6 months out of the job. Well, you know what? I want my detectives to call you personally. I want them to call you personally because, you know what? Apparently my word's not good enough. So I'm going to leave it as is.
Soon after this incident, the Bergen County Police Department launched a statement claiming that neither the officers nor the trooper were at fault, as both of them were just doing their duties. However, it was later revealed that both Sergeant Escobar and Officer DeBow received some type of punishment for their behavior. It's just not senior officers who hold these idiot cops accountable, as this cop was owned by an Army veteran.
Who's your girlfriend or your baby mama?
The lady we just saw.
The lady right
we can
there.
See.
First of all, that's my wife, Marble. Okay.
Officer Cody Marler stood on the porch, unaware they were about to confront Army veteran Sergeant Syra Hawkins at his doorstep.
Can you go with the... What's the problem?
The cops didn't bother giving the house a second look and kept stirring up trouble. As Sergeant Hawkins was still trying to figure out what was happening, Officer Marler appeared to be in a rush.
Y'all violating my rights right now. Which civil right are we violating? Why are you raising your voice?
Sergeant Hawkins began to feel uneasy about Marler's demeanor, but the officer showed no signs of easing up.
Why is he raising his voice? Okay. Are you threatening me? Check.
As tensions escalated, Marler's rage got the better of him as he uttered words that would ultimately weigh heavily against him.
First of all, you came to my house and said, is that my girlfriend or my baby mama? No, you can eat it.
Hearing those disgraceful comments, Sergeant Hawkins quickly brought out his phone, causing Marler's demeanor to falter immediately.
You told me to eat it, right? Marler?
I messed up. I apologize.
Now that you want
It appeared that Marler recognized his error, yet uncertainly lingered, as they were unsure if they were at the correct location.
Did you or did you not tell me to eat it?
Moments later, the officers finally faced the truth. Hawkins' wife and their 2 babies were inside, visibly terrified, sparking a surge of anger within him.
Are your children okay? Okay.
Do they look okay, guy?
Realizing the gravity of his mistake, Officer Marler faced just criticism and anger, leaving him with no choice but to retreat.
I told you I did 9 years in the military. That's a Sergeant Hawkins.
As Marler exited the house, Hawkins' focus shifted to the female officer, who had maintained a much more respectful demeanor throughout the altercation.
Let me explain, because we may
He
have
said you told me to eat it.
Finally, the female officer acknowledged their mistake, labeling all of this ordeal a miscommunication.
So it may have been a miscommunication between North Bay and our dispatch.
The female officer kept going back and forth before leaving the place altogether. However, this wasn't the end of this matter, as Officer Marler was fired from the police department days after the incident. Police Chief Aaron Roth even owned up to the mistake, issuing a sincere apology for his officer's blunder at the wrong address. Despite being fired from his job, Marler was hired by the Willits Police Department on November 17, 2022. But this wasn't the only time a corrupt cop was brought back to his place by his supervisor. This time, the reason was even more alarming.
He's 14, so why is he detained?
On January 14th, 2021, some Fuquay-Varina police officers approached 14-year-old Malcolm Ziegler in response to a call about a stolen dirt bike.
Go and put your hands back for me, okay? I did.
Malcolm did indeed own the bike, having legitimately purchased it from the thief. However, the officers were in no mood to listen to his explanation.
God, what did I do?
Despite being only 14 years old, the teenager remained composed and attempted to reason with the officer, clearly puzzled by the arrest.
Well, can I show you the bill of sale from where I bought it?
Despite the fact that the boy was just a minor, the cop didn't bother to reach out to his parents and instead proceeded with the arrest.
How old are you? Okay.
Moments later, a concerned neighbor witnessed the situation and did a huge favor to Malcolm.
Can you ring the doorbell and tell my dad to get that bill of sale somewhere in the house?
After a while, another neighbor came in trying to help, but it seemed like the officer had already made up his mind.
Get my dad. He's in the house. Just ring the doorbell.
As the officer was busy trying to put him inside the car, one good officer knocked down on his home and summoned his dad, who came out extremely distressed.
What is the guy's name that sold you the bike?
I think it's like Tony or something.
He only had a brief stay outside as he quickly went back, trying to locate the bill of sale. A few minutes later, Malcolm's dad returned holding a plethora of documents, but the most important piece of paper was still missing.
These are ones he just filled out.
Okay.
Because he was going to sell it.
Malcolm's patience was wearing thin, and he was finding ways to escape this troubling situation.
Do you need the dude's phone number that I bought it from? So I can give you his phone.
Just hold off on that for right now, okay? And we'll move forward with that in a little bit.
Rather than easing tensions and freeing Malcolm from his handcuffs, the officer took an entirely unnecessary course of action.
Yeah. So if you just go put your legs in for me for a second. All right, you got it. You're almost there.
Sorry, what's that shoe you wear, like a 14? Yeah,
all right, just hang tight for me, man, all right?
As he locked him inside, one of the officers who had witnessed everything approached, attempting to reason with his colleague.
He's 14.
Yes.
Okay. So why is he detained?
Because that's a stolen...
The arresting officer wasn't clear with his intentions, and the other officer kept pressing him with more questions.
Obviously he's a juvenile, right?
Yeah.
Finally, the officer clarified to him that he had made the wrong decision to arrest him.
Ain't no sense having him sit in the car tent with handcuffs on.
The cop was left with no choice but to rectify his mistake. The officers kept going back and forth with each other until they reached a common ground.
So you wouldn't end up filing the petition?
No, but...
Finally, the supervisor arrived on the scene and wasted no time before passing his judgment on the matter.
We're gonna take the handcuffs off.
Yeah.
Malcolm was finally freed from the handcuffs after his father produced a bill of sale. Malcolm was illegally detained, and his family expressed their concerns, demanding that the officer be held accountable and charged for his misconduct. Meanwhile, the Fuquay-Varina Police Department claimed that they are pursuing an internal investigation into the case. However, that's not the last time an officer was immediately rectified by his boss. This time, he even did a walk of shame.
Hey, Sergeant, maybe you'll learn one day.
Thank you.
No problem.
On March 8th, 2023, an auditor was conducting a First Amendment audit of the Buchanan County Courthouse when Sergeant Chris Chesmore approached him. Here's what he had to say to him.
Yeah, I do.
Can I see that, please?
Oh, certainly.
The auditor, well aware of his rights, confidently refused to provide any ID, also injecting a hint of humor into the situation.
I'm Billy Crack.
It was clear that these tactics didn't amuse Sergeant Chesmore. Rather, he seemed to be getting increasingly agitated.
Excuse me? Don't touch me.
Touch you?
Yeah, you just did. You just bumped me. Why? For what? What did I do wrong?
You were told to leave. Blame me.
For what? What crime?
Let's go.
What crime did I do? I'm here to get papers.
The auditor knew his rights and refused to surrender to the sergeant's unlawful orders.
This ain't Russia.
Seeing the auditor not moving an inch, the sergeant opted to return, this time accompanied by another officer.
You work for me.
No.
You work for the people.
Do you live in Buchanan County?
It's none of your business.
The auditor absolutely owned the sergeant, and just when the other officer attempted to intervene sneakily, he ended up being swiftly shut down.
What's so funny, little boy? What's the First Amendment?
The auditor wasn't going to be intimidated so easily. Instead, he delivered a stern warning to the officers.
You want to be a little tyrant? Hey, get out of the public building.
I haven't.
Hey, he went up. Yeah, because you're not going to, and if you do, guess what? We'll have fun in court.
Once more, the auditor cracked a sudden joke, and predictably, the sergeant didn't seem to appreciate it in the slightest.
Not enough testosterone?
Too much.
The sergeant persisted with his questions, prompting the auditor to deliver a much-needed lesson on the First Amendment.
Imagine swearing an oath to the Constitution yet you don't know.
The sergeant and the auditor engaged in a continuous back-and-forth exchange before the supervisor arrived, at which point the auditor began recounting the events that had transpired.
He needs educated. This is disgusting, what he's doing.
Meanwhile, the young officer tried to assert something, only to be promptly silenced.
Is this your first day on the job? I mean, come on. Captain, do you accept this behavior?
Finally, the moment of truth arrived, and the captain sided with the auditor, leaving the sergeant feeling defeated.
So you have no problem? No. Exactly.
But what happens when a junior officer holds a senior officer accountable after they have broken the law? Just like this police chief who learned his lesson.
Say hello, was that illegal?
No, no, sir. The reason why we're stopping you is because of the window tint violation.
I blinked my blue lights at you to let you know who I was.
Yes, sir. Well,
We didn't know with it, that's not a government tag.
That is a unofficial tag. That tag's not even on file.
I see, yeah. Well, we have to catch up the bill to run it and everything like that, sir. So
I won't blink my blue lights at you next time. I'll let you just sit there. I was just speaking. I'm the police chief in Zebra.
Well, nice to meet you, sir.
Matt Polk worked for me. Your chief worked for me.
Yes, sir. There's no need to get upset.
The chief wasted no time before asserting his authority over the officer. Moments later, a female officer also joined in, but Chief Hemphill made no exceptions to her and continued to act entitled.
I'm upset because I spoke to you when I come by, and now you're pulling me over.
Sir, I've never met you a day in my life.
I understand that.
Why are you being hostile?
Easy. I don't have to talk to you.
Okay.
Easy. I'm not talking to you.
Why are you being hostile right now?
Are y'all gonna write me a ticket? Are you gonna write me a ticket?
Sir, we're just trying.
I'm the police chief in Zebra. You wanna write me a ticket?
Why are you coming up to me like that? I'm doing my job, right?
What are you stopping for?
I'm stopping for one. The window starts dark.
I have blue lights in my car.
Okay, you know how many officers have blue lights?
Are you writing me a ticket? Yes or no?
I'm conducting my investigation.
Are you writing me a ticket? I'm fixing to leave.
Do you have your driver's license?
Sure, I have my driver's license. I'm fixing to make it a whole lot more. Your boss worked.
1111. I'm out here with Illinois.
Just like anybody else.
The female officer remained resolute in her duty, claiming that she makes no exceptions to the law. The chief, however, seemed to be too hung up on power and seemed to believe he was above the law.
Okay, so 2001 Dodge Ram truck, black in color, to Machine Construction Company out of Losersville. Registration showed expired, valid insurance, negative 99.
Just confirming, Bravo Frank Mike 1175 BFM 1175. Yeah, sir, as I was explaining.
I don't want to hear anything from you.
Okay.
You let her do her job.
28 returns to a 2001 Dodge Ram truck, black in color, to Machine Construction Company.
The chief was getting angry without any reason, despite the officers maintaining their composure and treating him with respect. He went over to sit in his car, and the officer went back trying to calm him down, but the chief was about to go on another power trip.
Yeah. What?
She's about bringing your driver's license back up.
That's fine.
Yeah. First when we ran the tag, it came back to like a Dodge Ram, so we're just confirming it's not. Yes, sir.
It's a ghost tag.
Yes, sir. We're making Yes, sir. Yeah, we're just.
You must have run it wrong. You must have run it wrong because you wouldn't come back to a Dodge Ram.
We were confirmed it. They let us know and everything.
So it's still coming back to a Dodge Ram now?
Sir, can I ask why you're so upset?
Is it still coming back to a Dodge Ram now?
No, we got it fixed. Why are you so upset?
No, you didn't fix it. Is it still coming back to a Dodge Ram right now?
No, it came back not on file.
That's right, because you run it wrong.
Sir.
Somebody run it wrong. Either you did or they did.
We're about to get the information.
Okay, I got your chief on the phone right now. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Hemphill then tried to intimidate the officers, claiming that he had their chief on the phone. The officers at this point could do nothing but be shocked by the level of entitlement and ignorance shown by the chief.
Please.
I appreciate your service. I appreciate your service.
All right.
I'm just saying, I spoke to you guys. I didn't have to do that. I could have eased on by y'all. I appreciate the job y'all out here doing.
Chief, I'm trying to be respectful with you.
I understand that. I understand.
I'm not raising my voice or nothing at you, right?
I understand.
All right, let's.
But I'm trying to tell you, the only
okay.
thing I done wrong was spoke. Y'all never would have pulled me over if I hadn't flicked my blue lights.
No, sir. No, we were going to pull you. Actually, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm telling you straight up. Okay.
Okay. All right.
But like I said, there's people out here impersonating police officer with blue lights.
Or you threw my license. She threw my license. If she is getting for me.
She'll bring it to you, sir.
Okay, well that's fine.
I'm just trying to talk with you.
I don't want to talk anymore about it.
All righty. It's very unprofessional.
The chief was soon let go, but the incident went viral online, receiving severe criticism across the board. That's when a third-party independent organization was called in to investigate the chief's actions. After the investigation, Jonathan Hemphill was given an oral reprimand and was asked to attend post-training related to anger and de-escalation. Well, surprisingly, that's not the only time a police chief was pulled over for a traffic violation.
Really?
On June 20th, 2023, a Henry County police officer was on his usual patrol route when he observed a person going 96 miles per hour in a 35 miles per hour zone. However, when the officer approached the car, he was in for a surprise.
Really?
License in the back.
Yeah.
The officer had pulled over Henry County Sheriff Chief Deputy Michael Yarbrough. The chief gave him his license, and the officer proceeded to go to his police cruiser, where he made an interesting phone call to his friend, recounting the entire incident.
Hello? Guess who I just pulled over?
Who?
Yarbrough.
Really?
Yeah, the chief deputy driving a Dodge Charger, a souped up Dodge Charger that belongs to the sheriff's office. I just clocked this at 96 in a 35.
What was the issue? I mean, why is he speeding?
No reason. He's in an unmarked car. He just got a high horsepower car and decided he wanted to play.
It's your traffic stop. You do what you think you should do. I mean, I'm not telling you one way or the other. You do a 96 and a 35.
Okay. Well, you know I don't care for him, so I'm gonna ride his.
Well, the officer did indeed write him a speeding ticket and handed it to him. Remarkably, the chief owned up to his mistake and didn't try to escalate the situation or leverage his position to evade accountability.
Sir, here's your ID back. This is your copy of the citation. If you would sign right here. It's got a court date, time it's must appear.
Yes, sir.
Please slow down and have a safe day.
After receiving the ticket, Yarbrough was suspended for 40 hours without pay for the severity of the traffic citation. However, every police interaction doesn't go as smoothly as the previous one.
Let me tell you something. You go to slow the down. Your job to slow the traffic down.
In June 2018, a cattle farmer, Doug Bailey, was carrying a trailer full of cattle when it suffered multiple flat tires and broke down. In need of assistance, Bailey contacted Lawrence County Sheriff Larry Dean, who dispatched 2 deputies to help the farmer. As the deputies were arriving, Bailey also flagged down a Georgia State Patrol trooper to help manage traffic around the trailer. Some hours after the incident, Sheriff Dean contacted his deputies only to find out that the state trooper wouldn't let them move the cattle. Agitated by this, the sheriff personally arrived at the scene and directly confronted the state trooper.
The first one here says this is my show. Okay. All right, but no, this is my county and this is my damn. It may be your interstate. Just call your damn supervisor. You take your back and watch TV as far as I'm concerned. Well, they're doing this the safest way. Well, no, you the best that you know how. My men are just as capable of doing it as they do. There ain't no way no cattle can get out of here. Let me tell you something. You go to slow the down. Your job to slow the traffic down.
The farmer later explained how hot it was, and it was being really difficult for the cattle to be in this condition. The sheriff's anger wasn't coming down, as he continued to fume at the trooper.
There ain't no difference in backing that trailer. There ain't no difference in bringing a damn wrecker out here and got to turn around. There's no way these cattle could have got back on this interstate. These men out here, these cattle laid out and died, somebody's going to be responsible for them. I understand that. All these lives from down there stay right here. That's right. All these lives, they're not on you. They on me. They on me and this man right here. I say for them to unload them cows. Somebody has the cow. Well, I'll tell you what. If I want to unload the cattle, I'll unload them on that damn trailer right now. Hey, Sheriff. Give me a first. Can I talk with you for a second? Come on. That's all right. I'm telling you. They done got these damn cattle off the interstate.
Well, the trooper did stay calm and silently listened to what the sheriff said to him. Moments later, the sheriff started talking to his deputies in an attempt to help the farmer remove his cattle.
The trailer's been broken down for about 2 hours. They wanted to unload all these cows right here on the shore of the interstate and try to load them in that trailer up there. Sheriff, I told them no. I said, we got a wrecker coming. We got somebody coming to jack it up, get your spare tires on. Sheriff called his sergeant, told his sergeant to come out here and tell him to unload. The sergeant came out here and told his deputies to unload him. I said, no. I said, I've already called my corporal. We ain't doing it. And now Sheriff just came up here and wanted to show out. He told me I could get out of his county and go watch TV. I'm real hot right now. Yeah, absolutely. I'm proving I hit the button. Yeah, it's on.
As the sheriff got to the scene, the state trooper started to get away. He also called his supervisor to complain about what was happening.
Yeah, I need you out here. Sheriff Dean showed up, and he's showing out real bad, getting up in my face, pointing fingers in my face. And I'm trying my best to stay professional and calm right now. But he's telling me to get out of his county and go somewhere else.
That river has got you. Back there now.
Eventually, the situation did calm down, and Bailey was able to get his cattle back to his farm. However, 5 of his cows died the next morning from heat and stress, resulting in a loss of $3,000 for him. Sheriff Dean, on the other hand, claimed that he met with the state trooper and apologized about the entire incident and the language he used. The actions of the sheriff pales out in front of the confrontation these 2 police officers had between them.
Shut your mouth.
You don't talk to me like that. I'm not your boy.
Talk to you, boy. You a boy. Thank you.
On June 24th, 2022, Sergeant James from the Hiawassee Police Department was out patrolling when he saw a driver speeding and driving recklessly. Soon, the sergeant activated his sirens and pulled the guy over.
Good evening. How are you doing? Doing well, and yourself? I'm doing all right. What's your hurry? You're very recklessly from the city all the way here, man. In and out of traffic, not using turn signal. Man, I watched you. It took me this long to catch up to you. I'm sorry. You were 70 plus. I didn't think I was that bad. I checked you at 65. I'm sorry. What's your hurry? I gotta get my medication. You gonna try to kill people over medication? No, well, it helps with my anxiety. If that car in front of you would have slammed on brakes, you would have caused a wreck right here.
The sergeant asked for the driver's ID as he proceeded to question him about his medical condition.
What kind of medication is it? It's for bipolar and anxiety. Okay, I don't think that medicine would make you drive the way you were driving. No, because it's starting to wear off. I was expecting to be home all day. It's starting to wear off? Yeah. How many times a day you take it? One after I eat breakfast. I take one at 9 o'clock, one at 2 o'clock, and then one in the evening. And it's starting to wear, I can feel my head starting to... Well, the way you were driving, that's why I'm taking the medication. Well, maybe you don't need to be driving at all. No, as long as I'm on my medication. Well, why don't you take your medication with you? Because I expected to be home. Hang tight.
The sergeant returned to his police cruiser, where he wrote a speeding ticket and went over to give it to the driver. However, just as he was about to leave the scene, Sheriff Ken Henderson attempted to talk to the driver, thus purposely interfering with his traffic stop. Agitated by this, the sergeant went over to confront him, leading to a massive brawl.
For reckless driving or any of that, I wrote you for speed, just like I told you, 65 and a 45. I did put what you say and what I observed, okay? Your court date is August 8th. All right, watch coming through town like that, man. Oh, yeah, traffic's heavy, okay? All right, be careful.
Sir, got a question. Yes, what come on. Inside the city or out here? Just right here. Okay.
Go pull the video at Valero. You get on my traffic stop again, I will arrest you.
Yeah, I'll arrest you right now.
Do it, buddy.
And we're going to
do it.
Charges
do it.
Your ignorance.
Do it, Ode.
Go for it.
Do it. There's cameras at Valero and there's cameras at Napa that see you pulled out.
Shut your mouth.
You don't talk to me like that. I'm not your boy.
Talk to you, boy.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Count 302, status check.
This heated exchange clearly shows a rift between the police department and the sheriff's office. Soon after the incident, the Hiawassee police chief apologized for the incident, noting that the department would continue to work for the public. As of now, there haven't been any internal investigations into the matter, and none of the officers have been confronted about this. And this time, we have a police officer going head-to-head with a security official.
Shut the hell up. You're not getting front of the line pass. You accused us of assault.
And why don't you want to talk?
Now you're not.
In August 2022, YouTuber Benjamin, more commonly known by the name Lofe, visited the Valley Fair amusement park in Shakopee, Minnesota, alongside another YouTuber to do some pranks and make content for his next video. Everything was going perfectly before he went over to confront a lady who he claimed had cut the line to a ride.
Dude, she's cutting in line. Why'd you cut the line?
Huh?
Why'd you cut the line?
I'm talking to my cousin.
No,
I'm not going on a ride.
No, I watched you though. You cut the whole line.
I'm talking to my cousin. All these people are waiting for their kids to get off. They're not in line.
No, but I've been waiting this whole time.
You
can't get on here anyway. You're too tall.
What are you talking about? Yes, I can.
Okay. Not this one.
You can't get on this ride. You're too tall.
Are you discriminating against me because I'm tall?
Hey, this dude. You know him?
I mean, you can ask him, but he's not gonna let you on the ride.
You're too tall.
No, but some of us are waiting and like out there all day, and she just cut the line.
You say I'm discriminating.
All of these parents are waiting for their kids to get off the ride. None of them are waiting to get on the ride. None of them are waiting to get on the ride. There is no line. No.
The two ladies didn't seem to enjoy the YouTuber's prank and went over to complain about this to the security. However, what Lofe didn't expect was that the lady would go on to falsely accuse them of assault.
Over in the kids area recently.
The kids area?
We had a description of, well, two white guys and a black guy.
I'm half white.
I'm sure the victim didn't really take it
The victim?
test too. Sexual assault.
What?
They said, yeah, you guys grabbed her. You had a camera. That's why I'm thinking that camera.
We grabbed her?
Whoa, whoa!
Who?
We're gonna go take you guys back so she can see if she can identify you, and then we got SPD coming too. So we're just gonna.
What are you talking? Who did we grab?
I just got the report. So
this got blew way out of proportion, yo.
Grab?
Blew out of proportion. Were you there?
You're talking about sexual assault.
Who did we grab?
We don't even know we don't even know who you're talking about.
That's fine. You fit the description.
Are you a cop?
No, I'm not a cop.
All right, I'm leaving.
Suddenly, the mood started to shift for the YouTubers, as they had not done anything like that. The security official even alerted the cops who were on their way, and both of them were escorted out of the park.
Yeah, so we'll leave the park then. I'm not staying here with people like accusing us of. So what did we do?
We're gonna bring you up to the front, and then we get the person to come see if they can identify you.
Yeah, she grabbed. Dude, she touched us.
So now you were there. You just said you didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, we were there. We didn't grab anybody. It's all on camera. Detective, dude, why are you so mad?
Because you're walking away from me. You guys just admitted you were there.
We're not under arrest, so I don't need to listen to you.
We didn't do anything.
We didn't do. We literally have it all on video.
Okay, well then you have nothing to worry about. What you want to do is have small talk?
I'm asking you a question. What are you doing? Why is there 3 of them? You guys brought out the whole Avengers for this.
Come over here in the security office.
Why do we not?
Well, if you're innocent, I'll tell you what.
Why don't we not? You're not getting front of the line pass. You accused us of assault.
And why don't you want to talk?
Now you're not. Now you're gonna apologize.
This is private property.
Oh, okay. I'll step up.
At this point,
You're literally harassing her.
weapons of any kind.
I don't give. You bring. Oh my God.
She said 3 people assaulted. There is no way.
Get out of here.
Shortly after all 3 of them are escorted out of the park, an officer from the Shakopee Police Department arrives onto the scene and starts investigating the matter. Both of the YouTubers appear visibly frustrated at this point, as they were unfairly targeted by the accusation.
Hang on a second. Is anything a problem? Yeah. So what's going on today?
They walked up and accused us of assault. We have the whole thing on camera. We didn't do anything.
Okay. I don't know much. I'm just trying to look into it, trying to get both sides of the story too. You're worried about recording. Everything's recording right here as well.
Are we under arrest or?
No, we're just being.
So we can leave. We can leave then.
You're being detained. Really free to look into something. If you want to get rough like that,
I'm not getting. I'm not getting rough.
You have an ID with you.
Yeah.
Break it out.
Why are we being detained?
We're looking into something right now.
I don't think we committed a crime for us to be asked questions for IDs and stuff.
So are we free to go?
Well, then you can go to jail if you'd like. If you're not going to identify yourself.
I'll identify myself, but like I'm confused.
I don't have an ID. Difficult, that's fine. We can do that.
I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm really not.
Okay.
The officer appeared tough and didn't give them any leverage whatsoever. At this point, both of them found themselves detained, despite not having committed any crime whatsoever.
Genuinely like confused at what situation, because like we walked up and talked to somebody that was waiting for a ride. That's the only thing I can think of. We didn't touch anybody. We have it all on camera. We didn't touch anybody.
So much about touching.
What's this we've got? Because he said that we touched somebody and we assaulted them. That's what the head of security said. And we did not put hands on anybody.
Again, I'm coming into this at the end here trying to sort it out and figure out all what's going on. Okay? Not trying to accuse anybody of anything, but I'm merely going off of what I'm told.
I'm glad you didn't even say the words and stuff, but that other guy, the way he approached us was just not, it was not okay.
So in your guys' eyes, nothing happened. No. How about him? I know he's got earbuds in and he's deaf, allegedly, you said. Can we get your attention? Is he really deaf or is he just playing that?
He's like partially deaf. It's hard for him to hear. It's what he said. I was like, it's not an inconvenience. It's literally like a big deal. You don't accuse someone. Because like, look at where this led us. Like they called you guys and
you
like.
You could have been off doing something better. You know?
Actually, you got more important right?
To this gentleman here for a second. You guys.
He wasn't even there. I don't even know what he.
He's relaying information. All right, just be patient.
Dude, he's like smiling.
Guys, I hope I don't go to jail.
Moments later, another cop arrived on the scene, and surprisingly, the moment of truth came out as both of them were cleared of any criminal activity.
Why are we still here?
You guys are being detained for an investigation right now. Simple as that. Okay, so Valley Fair needs to do their thing, whatever they want to do with them, and then they're good. There's nothing criminal for us, so do your thing, whatever you need to do.
Hey, I want a 1-year pass. I want a 1-year free pass, bro. I want a 1-year free pass on everything I love, on baby. Y'all not finna false accuse us of assault, and then we're not getting a free pass, bro. I had to call my lawyer over this shit, and I'm pissed off.
Who are you mad at?
I'm mad at them, not y'all. Y'all doing your job. Well, I'm mad at security. I was just in jail, man. So I wasn't trying to go back.
And we're not, like I said, that's why we were hanging out, waiting to figure out what happened, and we don't put people in jail that don't deserve to go to jail.
You're a good guy.
So we have to chat.
Can I give you a hug?
No, man.
This is my homie right here.
676,000 subscribers.
I gotta get you a shirt, bro.
I'm just starting up, so I didn't want to.
Bro, you need to stop talking.
As both of them were cleared of any misconduct, which they clearly never did in the first place, the park still had the audacity to trespass them.
Add it to the list, man. I don't care about being trespassed, bro. I'm not coming back here.
Yeah, so
this has the worst customer service and security I've ever seen.
Appreciate you for really doing your job. You're fair on both sides. It's big in the black and white, so I understand that you're aware of that.
Yeah. We have a. I don't know what that means.
It's bigger than black and white.
Bigger than black and white. I'll give you knuckles. I don't know.
Oh, you can just do that then.
Yeah, just fist. There you go.
Bigger than black and white.
He doesn't think so though.
Well, do you guys have paperwork for him, or what do you guys want to do? Oh, so we're just gonna print something off for you. It's just gonna be the trespass form.
Are we required to sign it?
I don't think we.
Can I take a picture with you guys?
Or if I do come back.
That would be a cult picture for Instagram. He's got to be in it too. They seem like the guys that didn't pass the police academy.
I can't speak for them, but
like you know that failed the police academy.
Reserved.
Hell yeah.
Bigger than black and white, guys.
All right, yeah, absolutely. And I got paperwork for you. Trespass for a year.
All right, add it to the list.
For a year. Trespass for a year.
All right, guys.
For us, guys?
Nah, that's it for me. Nothing criminal.
Nothing criminal?
Appreciate you guys. I told you security, whatever his name was. Thank you, man.
You guys have a good rest of the day.
You have a good one.
I know you're not deaf.
You know what, honestly though? I would have been disappointed if we left there without a trespass. Like, this is a badge of honor right here.
These videos demonstrate that no matter how powerful or corrupt an officer may seem, there's always someone with greater authority ready to hold them accountable. If you found these moments as satisfying as we did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content that highlights the importance of justice. Stay informed, and remember, no one is above the law.